No mutta, tulihan sinne ihmisiä. Ei siinä mennyt kuin 3 minuuttia. Olen odottanut ikuisuudella. Moi Peltsi ja Amelia ja Aino ja DM. Mites kaikki voi? Et jaksa katsoa vaan pystyy. No sillä mä mietin, pitääks mun tehdä mitään, mutta mun ei tarvi literally tehdä mitään, mä vaan ootan, että ihmisiä vaan ilmaantuu tänne. Sanois Bogi, miltä audio kuulostaa. No ainakaan tehnyt noille niinku audioasetuksille mitään sitten viime kerran, niin pitäis kyllä olla ihan samat, mutta en tästä koskaan tiedä, kun tuohon tuli taas joku päivitys. Kyllä striimasin semmosen lyhyen striimin, että kaikki toimii kunnolla, mutta ei sitä koskaan tiedä. Hyvin menee kai, no se on hyvä. Teillä on joulujuhla. In that case. Toivottavasti puheesi menee hyvin. Ihan kok, no hyvä. We stand. Ja kun mä laitoin Instaan silleen, että striimataan kohta, mutta sit mä otin sen pois, koska se fucking Streamlabs kaatui koko ajan, se päivitysjuttu. Ja sit mä laitoin sen uudestaan, niin... Sanni on nähnyt sen, missä Sanni on. Lyhäri-elokuvaa. Mistä aiheesta teet lyhäri-elokuvan? ASMR tähän väliin. Nyt tiedä, onks YouTube jokin rikki eikä ilmoita ihmisille tästä striimistä, vai mikä tässä on, mutta... Tää ehkä johtuu kellonajasta, ehkä kukaan ei vaan oo niinku saatavilla tähän kellonaikaan. Vasta 20 minuutin päästä ehkä. Tietynlaista elämästä tai jotain. Well, that's okay. That's okay. No mut anyway. Se on toi ruutu. Voidaan sitten aloittaa ja muut tulevat sitten kun tulevat. Ei ole koko päivää aikaa. No niin, se näyttää hyvältä. Let's go. No niin, sieltä he toimivat juuri kun pääsin sanomasta. Moikku-kirjoitus ja nasty. Miten se menee? Se on aika sad. Ai se tarina vai? Missä mun hiiri on? Continue, olimme täällä viimeksi. Otiks me aloittamassa 5. jaksoa, I guess? I have been at the margin for a couple of months now and I still haven't managed to do a single good deed. No, voi kuule nainen. Sinulla ei mene hyvin. Today I went out to town with Waltz to buy ingredients for parfait. The two of us have both been very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for a Waltz. Ehkä sillä on huolia. Princess, what? Did Karma explain why he wasn't coming with you today? No ei kertonut. Kai. Does Waltz not like my company? Is that why he's asking why he had to fill in for Karma? HPI. What does that mean? Huomenta Somberski. Nahoi. Mä luulen, että se oli Harry Potteri tai jotain tommoista. Ei sit. Okay. He said he was tired. Wow. Kyllä mäkin on aina väsynyt, mutta kyllä silti työt pitää tehdä. No ei välttämättä, jos vaan call yourself in sick ja sit sä oot vaan silleen terve. Eldorado-sama. That's me, that's her. Oh. Waltz turns his head, his eyebrows furrowing in confusion. Ei enää. The town feels different today. It does. Ehkä siihen on iskenyt rutto. I feel as if there are people watching us. People watching me. How can you tell? With practice, I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows after all. Kun se varastaa ihmisiltä, kun se tekee niitä puppet showta. Okei. Painoin vahingossa, että lähetä, kun piti pyyhkiä. No ei se haittaa. It's okay, sweetie. How are you doing? Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess. Mut miksi ihmiset kattois sua? Tai no ehkä pedarit, mut I don't know. Before you were cursed. Why? Well, I was more conspicuous as an adult, I guess. Conspicuous. Millainen sinä olit? An adult, alright. Pystyy vaan varastaa. No en mä tiedä, että varastikohan se oli vain vitsi. You have the Neverland, girls. Hän nuoreni. Vitun okei, haluan antaa sen 10 jollain vitun paysafe, eli se paska ei toimi missään kunnon mestas. Miksei se anna sitä PayPalille? Miksi se voi vaan antaa niitä V-bukkeja niinku suoraan? Niinku käyttikselle. Kinda good, kinda emotional, but kinda okay now. No jos haluat avautua, niin tämä on oikea paikka siihen. Tää on vähän niinku se, kun menee sinne kirkkoon, sit menee sinne ihme kaappiin ja sit siinä on se fucking pappi, jolla sä voit tunnustaa sun synnit, paitsi että täällä ei vaan anneta judgmenttia. He's looking me and I'm looking him. No en tiedä. No sanot silleen, että bitch, mä en halua mitään paysafea, annat mulle PayPalilla. You remembered, yes, I have the Neverland curse I told you that was in the tavern once. You are stuck as a child when you should be a man! Right, it's a little inconvenient, but I've got used to it. Millä tavalla, tai no, I guess. Ehkä se ei saa ikinä, kun se on lapsi, ja sit kaikki on sellainen, voi ei, pedofilia. Toisaalta se aikakausi, mikä tässä pelissä varmaan ATM on, niin silloin varmaan pedofiliasta välitetään. Waltz is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. No, Karman kurssi on vähän varmaan erilainen kuin silleen, että hei, minut on nuorennettu. The two of us go into a store where we find the little cups that Parfait asks us to buy. After I pay, Waltz automatically picks up the bags. His help is so nice for a change. I have become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own. No, Lucette on mies tässä Karman ja Lucetten suhteessa. Pomo muuttaa Thaimaaseen, ui viddu. Ja se kävi tänään sanoa moikka hetki, sitten päästiin ne kaikki, mut oli vaan, että ok, hyvää loppuelämää. Voi ei. Oliko hän kivaa pomo? En mä tiedä, mulla menee ihan sikan tunteisiin. No salee. Uskon sen, jos niin kun hyvä pomo niin kun lähtee, tai... En mä tiedä, oliko se hyvä, mut varmaan oli, jos silloin meni niin tunteisiin. So have you made any progress on your good deeds? You can see from my necklace that I have not. No anteeksi, että kysyin, but you have changed. I still don't see how I've changed at all. Karma hasn't taught me anything about doing good. Sometimes in order to do good, you need to realize some things about yourself first. En tiedä, missä Maito-chan on, varmaan jonossa maitoa. Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that. He is selfish, flamboyant, and acts if the world revolves around him. Oli paras tähän mennessä, ei pomon hyvä, mut ihmisenä ihana. No joo, tuleeko tänne sitten uusi pomo sinne? Aika random silleen muuttaa Thaimaaseen. Löysiköhän sieltä vaima? But you're still partner with him? I am. I am okay with Karma's company. Most of the people judge and shun me. But Karma hasn't done that, and he's even mentioned enjoying my company. I have become more tolerant of him too. Wow. Oh, Prince. Waltz's eyes lit up, and I see him pointing ahead of the crowd of people gathered around the center of the town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd telling people's fortunes. Wow, mennään hakemaan meille fortuuni. We should go see if we can get our fortunes told. Come on. The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearly half of the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around in a crowd as I try to follow walls. Menkää vitu jono, senkin sivistämättömät elukat. Edellinen muutti Espanjaan. Tässä on nyt joku tämmönen muuttoepidemia sun pomojen keskuudessa. No siis suomalaisten pleikkanimet on aina kyllä niin 5/5, minkä tällä kertaa löysit. Se menee sinne sukeltelee. Ahaa, perustetaanko jonkun sukellusyritykseen ja sit turistit käy siellä sukeltelemassa. Luulisin, että semmosia riittää siellä. The crowd is dense though, and I'm in no time at all I have lost him. Yeah. What? I call for him, but I don't see him over the dozens of people in front of me. It's hard to see with all these people standing in the way. Olisiko ajankohtaisesti keskustella pelastajasta ja vapahtajasta Jeesuksesta? Se on aina ajankohtainen aihe. I will wait for him at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. I make my way out of the crowd and to the edges of an alleyway. Musta tuntuu, että alleywayn edge ei ole hyvä paikka odottaa. Joku tulee vielä puukottaa mua kylkeen. No, toivottavasti saat sitten kivan uuden pomon, etkä mitään paskaa. But what still does not appear. 10 minutes go by and I consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice behind me. Are you looking for someone, madam? Miksi tuli tämmönen creepy musiikki? Muuten tälleen by the way taas tohon tokaankin Cinderella-fenomeniin tuli fucking tekijänoikeuspaskaa. And I'm fucking tired of it. Niinku minkä takia te haluat tekijänoikeuspaskaa ja minkä takia näihin peleihin elätä streamer safe moodi, missä ei oo tekijänoikeudella suojattua paskaa. Sitten mä koitin kiistauttaa sen, mutta sitten olin silleen, ei, tämä on ihan oikea kiista, silleen bitch, tää on fucking pelivideo. Ja minä koita käyttää vittu sitä niinku epärehellisiin tarkoituksiin. Pettikö Maria Joosefia? No siis... Ei. Koska Jumalahan periaatteessa raiskasi Mariaa, kun se laittoi sen Jeesuksen sinne. Silleen without consent, tai en mä tiedä ottiko se konsentti, mä en nyt tiedä sitä tarinaa kokonaan, mutta... Pullan uuniin sinne laittoi, mutta ei se sitä kuitenkaan koskenut, mutta... Kulmakives. That's fun. Mut niinku nois suomalaiset käyttäjät on aina joko semmosia tosi runollisen kauniita. Silleen tyyliin joku auringon kukka, tai sit just on tällaisia vitun meemejä, kuten kulmakives, niin... There's no in between. No luuliset tykkäät ilmasta mainosta niitten pelillä, no niinpä. Mut kun nekin on varmaan maksanut joistain noista paskoista, ne on vaan laittanut se, että sit joku silleen, hei, joka ei ole maksanut tästä fucking tekijänoikeudesta, niin mepä nyt fucking triggeroidaan tästä. Mut ei. Niinku streamer safe mode pitäis kyllä olla niinku ihan nykyään ihan kaikissa peleissä. Niinku joko teet semmoisen pelin, joka ei triggeroi tekijänoikeusjuttuja, tai sitten teet streamer safe modin. Always use protection, kids. Ouch. I feel someone grab my hand. Missä laulussa lauletaan tolle? Niin joo, Interlunium siinä Intergalactic Discos. I slapped them away and take a step back when I turn and find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. Ollaanko me yllättyneet, että se oli mies, joka kävi käsiksi? No, we're not. Didn't mean to startle you. No miksi sä vittu otit musta kiinni? What do you want? I want to help you return to the palace. Mitä vittua, missä tiedät kuka mä oon? Oh! You know who I am. I do, princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Tähän miehen ei voi luottaa, sen niin kuin näkee jo selvästi. We can't trust her. Who are you? Someone who's working for the king. Niinku someone who doesn't have a fucking face, I do not trust. But the king does not remember me. The only people that would remember me are witches, fairies, and those with the curse. So who exactly is this man? You're lying. Princess, why would I ever lie to you? Koska kuka nyt ei haluis ottaa advantage prinsessasta, he fucking low. Plus sä oot mies, joka yrittää ottaa advantage vielä naisesta, ja vieläpä sellaisesta tärkeästä naisesta. Joten... Now come, I'm sure everyone at the palace will be happy to see you. Bitch, I'm not fucking going! Eikö tää kurssi ollut ihan niinku clear and clear. Ja tässä ei ole mitään oikotietä onneen. Siis sen silmät on poissa, koska hän on huijari. Laitoin Ogein streamchatin auki ja osallistun lisää giveihin, niin toista saa toisen 10 €, niin sit se voi ostaa mulle PSN. Munkin pitäis mennä heittää sinne vähän giveä. No ei. The man grabs my hand roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. No niin. Mä sanon, että on homo, ei voi luottaa. The first thing I try to do is scream, but the man clamps his free hand over my mouth. Fuck me. Except fucking don't. I didn't mean it that way, okay? The crowd is getting farther from us and no one can see us in the shadows. Ai vittu. Fight back, wait for an opening. Princess, I swear on my word, I'm bringing you back to the palace. Bitch, no, you're fucking not! Homofobinen, se joo. Kumpiahan mun pitäis nyt tehdä? Musta tuntuu, että aluset on niin vitun heikko, että se ei oo niinku nostanut kiveäkään se elämänsä aikana, että fight back nyt ei ihan onnistu. Et mun kanssa varmaan wait for an opening. Ja tuon wait for an opening varmaan tarkoittaa sitä, että me ollaan silleen okei. Mä tuun sunkaan, sitten päästään musta irti vähän vitu jiittaan itteni helvettiin täältä. Hi sister. What's up? Löysit sinäkin tiesi tänne. Mut nyt minä pelaan tätä pelin omalla tavallani ja minä vaan teen sitten ton. He will be expecting me to fight back. I have to hold my ground until there's an opening. Mitään ihmeellistä. What would Julian and Garland do in this situation? Ottaa niiden miekan ja vitun lävistää ton äijän. Nice and obedient, yeah. Better that way. Ew! After all, I'm not a bad guy. Fuck off! Sä oot ihan vitun creepy. The man walks me down the alleyway. His hold on me is still tight. No voi vittu. I am forced to walk with him until we get to a dead end. Now where was that passageway he was talking about? Now's my chance! What is this I see before me? I look up to see Karma standing on the rooftop, mitä vittu, right above us in his disguise holding a sword, a broad grin on his face. Madam, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword, you might want to put it down. Misogynia ei läsnä. Kakku, joulutorttuja lahjoja. Mitä lahjoja sait? Sis, spill the tea. Tupakka-aski. That's not the point. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Sassy queen. Karma jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him. His eyes are angry, his earlier jovial personality fallen away. We love thick queens. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. With his life. Karma rushes forward, moving faster than I can see. Even in his long dress, the glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosening his grip on me. Myös uskon, kun Karma nyt pelastaa minut, niin mä saan tästä uuden kuvan. Käyt pleikkarilla sen sun klippejä läpi. Oletko löytänyt paljon hauskaa juttuja? Aina saa näyttää perseeltä, et ei siinä. Turrilta turpaa. Eli otat tolta Hunteressilta turpaan repun ja viinipullon ja suklaata. Miksi sä jakaisit sen sun työkavereitten kanssa? I would never. I step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points his sword at the man's neck. Ja se viiltää sen auki. Ahaa. No siinä tapauksessa. Antoiko sun pomo sulle lahjoja vai? Kun hän lähtee. Turrit eivät ole ihmisiä. Now I have a sword and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir? This isn't worth it. No ei vittu ookaan. Tiesin, että tohon ei voi luottaa. Fucking hoe. The man runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. What's this? You were a lot cockier just a few moments ago. Sis. Se oli juoni. I breathe out slowly as relief washes over me. Princess! Waltz approaches from where the man had run. Sullihan! So did you meet the coward fellow on your way here? I bumped into a man who looked as if he was running from death. Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Mut minkä takia sä tulit sieltä, tai en mä tiedä mihin suuntaan se juoksi. Aivan sama. Hunterson vaimo, tää on kunnon turri sijainpäisen kanssa. Iu. Aina pitää syödä jotain. Support furry rights. Pomo joo, mut suklaa on Wurthilta, kun tilataan meidän tarvikkeet niiltä. Well, in that case, you should probably share. Carmen Waltz's voice become faded and indistinct as my vision blurs. Aha, se piikitti mua jollain. I am suddenly light on my feet. All the adrenaline from earlier has dissipated into thin air. Kuitenkin on silleen, Princess, I don't feel so good. I feel tired. Ouch. Otin turpaan. You're in danger. And danger. Before I can collapse, I feel arms pulling me back up. Rest easy. I close my eyes and fall into blackness. When I wake up, Alice is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She does not notice as I rise slowly from bed. Alice! Oh, Princess, you're up. We were worried about you. Lady Delora Parfait said you were just out because of shock. But still, how long have I been asleep? 5 seconds. Just a few hours. Don't worry about chores for now. Lady Laura says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom. I will fucking not. Just thinking about using Mr. Broom gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz? Waltz is scouting the town looking for the man that captured you. Yeah, Karma. I think he might be in his room. He's got patrol tonight, so he's resting a little bit. If he has patrol tonight, that must mean he was resting this morning too. Onko se sitten vieläkään tehnyt mitään hyvää tekoa? Siis no! Oh no! She will not do fucking anything! How did he know I needed help? Do you need anything? No, I am going to visit Karma. Mitä? To thank him? No, to suck his fucking... However, he knew if Karma hadn't been there, things would not have ended so well. Me ollaan independent woman, me oltais hakattu se. Yes. Am I surprised? No. Mut kyllä tää Lusette vielä kääntää kaiken parhain päin, sitten hän oppii kunnon kansalaiseksi. Tai sit se ei opi ja sit tarinan opetus on se, että stay true to yourself. I am familiar with the TikTok trend. That's sweet. Oh, Lady Delora wants to talk to you about what happened when you're feeling up to it. Okay. I wait until Anis leaves the room before I follow after her. It's only after I exit my room that I realize I do not know where Karma's room is. Anis must have assumed that I already knew with us being partners and all. It's fine, I don't need Anis's assistance for this. I can find Karma's room on my own. Siis on semi-triggered, että mä en saanut kuvaa tuosta äsken, eikö mä olisi tavallaan pitänyt? En mä tiedä, olisiko mä saanut, jos mä olisin tapellut. She was sweeping floors forever and Mary Mr. Mop. Eiköhän sitten oppii humbleksi. It takes me some time, but I eventually find a room with his name on the door in careful flowery letters. It suits him. I simply open the door without thinking to knock. Bitch! Wow. Oishan se pitänyt arvata. I expected to find Karma lying in bed, but instead he's standing in front of a mirror changing his clothes. Onks toi niinku tatuointi vai what's going on in here? Princess. Uh-oh. I don't think I have ever seen a shirtless man before. Miksi et ole pelaamassa Overwatchia vaan pelaat tällaista? Pelaan ensin tällaista ja sitten pelaan Overwatchia. Fuck my life. Damn. Heti kun Vilit ja Masa tulee, niin heti tapahtuu kummia. Oh indeed. He turned to me and the realization that he is standing there just in his pants hits me hard in the stomach. Mitä hentaita tää on? Ei tää oo hentai, tää on normi porno. My face feels incredibly uncomfortable. Wow! Eli hän punastui. Why are you just standing there? Put your clothes on! And then I noticed the large tattoo on his chest. No niin oli tatuointi. It is rose ensnared by many vines. I stared at it for a few moments before Karma puts a hand there to conceal it. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know about your tattoo. Joo, se on mies. Se vaan pukeutuu naiseksi. It's rude to come into a lady's room unannounced, you know? No. Shit happens, sis. Karma slips his usual dress on carefully over his head and then approaches me. Massa coming in hot with the dumbass questions. Tää on normipornoinen, se on varmaan. Koska se oli hassua. I take a step back without realizing Karma raises an eyebrow then smiles at me mischievously. It is a familiar look, but it rattles me more than it has ever before. Eli tää nyt tarkoittaa sitä, että meille tulee seksisuhde tämän kanssa. Voi vittu. No vittu, me pelataan, siis kello on vasta vitun 4. Meillä on vielä 500 miljoonaa vuotta tätä päivää jäljellä. We will play. Stay put. I can play whatever I want. You do not dictate what I fucking play. Joo, mä luin ton, joo. My princess, you're as red as a tomato. Are you okay? Sopen näköinen. Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There is no need to shout, darling. Now, what did you come here for? To see me, the beautiful Karma? Does everything always have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room. I am barely able to stifle a sigh. Well, I cross my arms and frown at him. His smile makes it harder to get my next words out. Lusette on vähän ihastunut. I came here to thank you. Voi vittumassa, kun mä sanoin, että me pelataan tänään, mutta me pelataan sen jälkeen, kun mä olen striimannut. What is so fucking hard to grasp around here? Do my ears deceive me? What did you say? Princess, thank you for saving me. You are quite welcome. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turn to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. Rape culture is fucking very well alive in this game. He's such a beautiful man. Isn't he not? Niinku, I wish I would look this good as a man and that good as a woman. Miksei voi tulla heti? Koska mä vittu striimaan! Mä just aloitin. Sä et tiedä kulttuurista mitään. Tämän takia kun Sani siis kysyi, että onko sä kulttuurin mies, niin sä sanot, että ei oo, koska sä et tiedä kulttuurista mitään. Itse pelaat vaikka millaisia hullutuksia siellä, enkä mä tuu fucking jutkia sua. But princess, don't you owe me something? A kiss on the hand? So Karma was expecting something in return after all. I should have known. Miehet. I think you owe me an apology. You did come into my room unannounced after all. What is he talking about? Miten niitä se... You're giving me a headache. Niinku ihan vitun laitan sut jäähylle kohta. Since you broke into my room, I demand you help me with my makeup. Oh, then I will get your transgression. Meistä tulee nyt makeup queen. Se on hyvää viihdettä, Sanni. Your makeup? Yes, darling, I thought you were resting because you were going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense, I have much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe I'm going to agree to this. Fine. Massa, tämä on choice-based game. It's a visual novel. Have you heard? I bet you don't, because you're not a man of culture. What a splendid day today is. Come, princess, let's do this by a mirror. Karma pulls me over to the mirror where I can see both of our faces reflected. He has a surprising Variety of makeup on the dresser beside him. But onko siellä James Charles X Morphe palette? I don't think so. I don't even care that much for my appearance. En ois uskonut sanoa tolleen. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight? No between your cheekbones. What? What are your eyes attracted to most on a person's face? When they're laughing, when they smile? Why is he asking me my opinion on something so trivial? Niin, Masa. Shh. Eyes, cheeks, not cheeks, vittu, I highlight, hello. If someone was smiling, the first feature I would look at on their face would be... No siis, lips. Despite myself, I find my gaze dropping to Karma's lips. Te ette löydy mistään vitun kellarista, koska Masa on niin vitun pussy. Että vedätte sitä kyllä turpaa ihan kybällä. Why do you feel like I'm walking into a trap? It's a trap. The lips. My princess, didn't think I'd ever hear you say that. You looked at my lips when I smiled. I did not say that. Sä näet kellarit niinä kellareina, mihin ne tappajat vie sut. Oh, but you did, and princess, I do believe you are blushing. Even though Karma never said he was referring to his features, I thought about his lips anyway. That thought makes my heart flop, though I do not have the faintest idea why. Niin, 2 vastaan 1 teillä on ylivoima. Future is female, females are powerful. You just kick him in the nuts and he will be down for 5 centuries. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, men are so weak, like, can you believe? Anyway, I agree, though the eyes are important, a smile isn't quite as brilliant without the lips. Without the lips... Se oli hyvä juttu! Yeah! Kattokaa nyt, mä sleijaan tämän pelin, vittu. Flirty story, who? I try to imagine a smile without lips and shudder. Sorry, princess, I misspoke. Try to dispel the image from your mind. Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things. Fine. Ensin primer. Eiku moisturizer. Sit primer. Sitten en mä tiedä, vissiin concealer. Sit meikkipohja. Sit beikataan. Sit vissiin kulmat. Eyeshadow. Sanoinko mä jo beikkaamisen sanoin? Sit vissiin huulet. Highlightia ja bronzeri. That's a lot! Just don't make me look like a clown, princess. I know how much you like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. If you need to leave quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup yourself? And miss the opportunity to have you help me? Nonsense! Kellari on piilopaikka, though. Etikö se tuli jätkä moottorisahan kanssa kaivaa kaappeja? Niin. Ne kyllä ihmeen usein tutkii niitä kaappeja. Mut kaappi on paras piilopaikka, kun on Legion vastassa. If I cannot have you help me with my hair some other time, the way you do yours is beautiful. Sun on parempi. Toisaalta tuolla on kyllä aika kovat menot ja meiningit. Mä en tiedä kuuletteko sitä, mutta lunta tippuu katolta ja se kuulosti niinku maanjäristykseltä. I always put effort into my hair, as mother always emphasized the importance of looking like a princess. Niin sit pitää olla prinsessa just. But I have never received a compliment on my hairstyle before. Karma gives me his makeup supplies and I start layering the color on his face. Nyt niitä tippuu taas. Vitun järkkyy. When we are this close, I can't help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I don't think I even did something like this with Mother. Joo, mä just näin vlogin. Mä menin itekin katsomaan sen saman asian. Ai niin, sister, jos haluatte, että Lucette muuttuu ihmisenä ja pääsee takaisin isänsä luokse, niin jättäkää like striimiin. Arvostaisin sitä todella paljon. Kiitos. When we are this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect... Ai, mä luin ton jo. You know, princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. Miten niin sä pelastat? I pause and raise an eyebrow at him, but you've been helping me for a while and I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What did I do today? Just a coincidence. Coincidence. I'd hear you went to town with Waltz and so I followed you too. I only happened to catch what happened in the whole alleyway. You managed to see me even when there were many other people who didn't? No kai kun se niinku etti sua, se meni seuraamaan sua. Kaikkia muita ihmisiä kiinnosti vaan se Fortuna. I have good eyes, probably. Probably it is not like you to be so humble. Lucette, I am once again offended! And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to go into town today. Niinpä. Fake news, Karma. I was worried. It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried. Why would you be worried? Karma looks puzzled for a few moments. He glances at himself in the mirror solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps? Perhaps. Waltz mentioned something about feeling watched. Se oli sit varmaan se. Tai sit se oli se mies. Kauhea perua. Is there something that Waltz and Karma are watching out for that I am not? Demoneita. Karma closes his eyes momentarily and I take the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He does not seem to mind. No, missä ne eyeshadowt on? You haven't spoken about what happened today with Dolora or Parfait, have you? En ole. You came to thank me first, kyllä. Käytkö jos mä olisin saanut niinku valita silleen, että meneekö mä kiittää ensin vai sit sitä vai niitä muita tai niinku kertomaan niille? Yes. Oh, Karma falls into silence and I continue to work, sweeping blush on his high cheekbones. Sillä on high cheekbones. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? Sis, I do not know. No, he said only that he worked for the king before telling me he would take me back to the palace. I wonder how he recognized you. Hyvä kysymys. En aio striimata overia. I was wondering that myself, how curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches? What do they want to do with me? Tupakka-aske has left the CHST. You have left the Christ? Can't believe. Well, I only mean that witches are the only ones who can see through our curses. So that man spoke with a witch? Voisikohan täällä olla joku noita, joka haluaa tehdä minulle ikäviä asioita? It's possible. Kamala. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Or was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? No kuule, aivan varmasti yritti viedä sinut jonnekin muualle. I suppose either way, the man couldn't have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. Halusin viedä sinut orjaksi sinne. Is it possible that a witch gave a commoner a description of you, but then why would... Karma stops talking and looks up at the same time with something like sympathy. Mä kyllä tekisin sulle ikäviä asioita. Toi piru on niin pelottava. Meinaat sä niinku Lucetelle vai Karmalle? Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Aha. Are the witches really so dangerous? Sis, they're witches. You literally got fucking cursed. Imagine what they can do. And what do they want with me in the first place? Rest assured, princess, we will figure this out. I nod my head slowly. I have a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait, but it is possible that even they might not know everything. I will need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep me more of their secrets. I look at Karma and shake my head. Next time I will be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize it, Karma has his hand on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. Aww. His eyes are as cold and unmoving as steel. Princess, there won't be a next time. I apologize even no one knows that. That's what I said. That's what I said. blah clutter. Next time I'll make sure that you're definitely not alone. Aha. Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. Jos tykkäät teistä, niin jätä liikestriimiä. I am not some damsel in distress, you know. Mä oon niinku Megar. I'm a damsel, I'm in distress. I can handle this. Omo mun sponsor is gone. Voi ei! Ai niin joo. Sis better spons. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Vai niin? Even on a battlefield, knights fight better together. What's wrong? Nothing. He moves his hand away from my face and stands up, sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant and his posture is stiff. Olikohan hän ridari ennen? Kyllä tupa kaski Herkules. I think we're about done here, right? I haven't finished your makeup though. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? No koska. Oh, sometimes simple is better, or would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy it pampered by you, please. Bitch, sit down! Be humble! Japanilainen vaimo raahasi nyt sellaiseen. Joo. Kamalaa. No, sellaista sattuu, kun yrittää pelastaa fellow Megone. I take it back, we are definitely done. Miksi mä en saanut päättää, että jatkaanko mä vai en? Good, thank you for your hard work. I'm an instant, the mood changes and a bright smile once again graces Karma's face. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to leave you, darling. I have business in town and then a patrol later tonight. I probably won't see you for the rest of the day, but I'll see you at night. Thank you. He's thanking me for putting on his makeup. It was not such a small thing. Sis, it's not small thing. Fortin tuli muuten uusia haasteita. Tulee vissiin joka päivä uusia haasteita. Mitä vittua? Mitä uusia haasteita? What the fuck is that? Onks joku joulujuttu? Silleen saa nopeammin tierei. Japanilaiset on kyllä hulluja, mutta niin ihania. You're welcome. You aren't already thank me though. Well, now you can tell me twice. Thankful as the normal person. That doesn't make any sense, but it's karma. A lot of the things he says does not make sense. Tai siis uusi haaste kestää 14 päivää. Nonni. Täytyy siis mennä tekemään niitäkin. Ilman certain negative Nancy. I leave the room with Karma and he leaves the tavern as I go to find Parfait and Delora. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, well, if it isn't the princess, took you long enough to come to see us. Alice told you as you were unharmed, we're glad to see you safe. So how about telling us what happened? When prompted, I tell them everything that transpired in the alleyway. En osaa lukea. The two listen and only exchange a solemn glance when I am done. Tietääks ne jotain, mitä mä en tiedä? Do you know something about all of this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? Eikä oikein pitää hyppää kreativeen. Wow, that's so difficult. You remember what we said about the Tenebrarum corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can because they can. That is why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here so that you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you. To protect me? I feel like there is more to this that they are hiding, but I do not think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything. Forgive us, we're not entirely sure what's going on either. Though if it was a human that captured you, he must be working with the witches somehow. Orja. En mä tiedä, kai se nukkuu. Nukkuu ainakin kun mä aloitin. Miksi et teet Seppo kun? Troublesome to say the least, but we don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out. Until we figure out who that man is and who is he working for, you need to have an escort with you of the margin at all times. Do you understand? And once you figure it out, you will tell me, tell me. The two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. They are obviously keeping secrets and right in front of me. Right in front of me. No, elämä on julmaa, mutta sun pitää kääntää se ympäri. Sillä että siitä ei tulisi julmaa. We'll tell you once everything falls into place. Don't worry, we would never let you be put in any danger. The silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. Latausruutu. Helpommin sanottu kuin tehty niin, mutta... Jotain pitää asialle tehdä. Jos elämä on julmaa, that fixes everything. The days go by slowly and I make no progress with my curse. Karma is busy with the nights today and Delora and Parfait are busy talking with Rumpel about his curse in his room. Tonight is the perfect night to go and wander the town by myself. Bitch, do you not see how bad of an idea this is? I need to see if I can find out anything about the witches and what is happening around the kingdom. Delora and Parfait are not going to tell me anything, and no one has wanted to take me out of the margin since the kidnapping attempt. Kukaan ei halua joutua vaaralloon. Kukaan ei ole sillä, mä en jaksa mennä tonkaan olas, fuck off. These thoughts spiral helplessly in my mind as I sit at a table. I've just finished working for the day and the activity in the margin is beginning to wind down. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the margin. Jurin is walking around the room to make sure that there are no problems. No mutta, etkö sinä, tai no, mä tiedän kai se näytti tolta. Ainakin siinä oli samat vaatteet. Out of the corner of my eyes notice two men pause halfway across the room to glance back at her. I can overhear their words from where I am. Sä taisi jotain misogynistä reippaskaa. Shame that she's a knight, eh? She's the proud type, too proud to let a man dote on her. Ew. Bleeding shame indeed, but do you think if I tried to say something to her, you too? Fuck off. Garan is suddenly standing behind the two men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face. Is there a problem? Doors are closing for the night. I'm going to ask you to please leave. No need to be so uptight, lad. We're on our way out now. He's just asking you to leave. Making sure that you fucking know that you need to fucking yeet out of here. My. The two men walk out and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area glaring after them. He more or less pushed them out of the tavern. If Anis had seen that, she'd probably have scolded him. Garland? Ugh! Menen kauemmas. You okay? Of course. You think you can fool me? I've known you long enough to know that something's bothering you. Neither of the knights seem to notice me here. If they do, they ignore me. Wow. Jurin is still looking insistently at Garland, who looks down at the floor. Is he going to say something to her? Garland says nothing, though. He looks at a loss for words. Finally, Jurin reaches out and pokes his shoulder. And he looks up, startled. Still the same as always, the silent, watchful knight. Only says things with certainty when he knows they're the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something. Both knights turn to look at me and Garland seems surprised. I raise an eyebrow at him and he hurriedly looks away. Patrol is starting soon. I'll head out first. Ai, hilleillä on silmät. Ja seinilläkin on korvat. Ostin valmis pureen, ne on sellaiset pusseja, sit niitä hiutaleita on ihan vitun vähän. No, tee 2 pussia. Ja vähän suolaa. Ja vähän hilloa. Ja vähän kaikkea. Okay, stay safe. Garland nods at her with a little smile before he leaves the tavern. My. Going to sleep soon? I was just going to head up. I stand up and get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look at Urien. Did you hear what those men were saying? And? Oh, about me being too proud or something? So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing. So, katakku. You mind your business and stay in your lane. That's the way. It doesn't bother me, they're right. Ja minä tulin 6 pussia yhdessä paketissa. No. Now you know. I've been independent for a long time and I would never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. Wow, I can take care of myself. Blunt and to the point, Jurien was really admired for that honesty in the palace. The only other men I've trusted before are my fellow knights. Carla most of all, since we've always been partners. Muistakaa, ettei miehiin saa luottaa. She doesn't explain any further. I decide that this is for the better. The sooner everyone has cleared out, the sooner I can leave the margin. Tonight is the night. I go looking for answers. Oi vittu, tästä ei seuraa hyvä. Hieno huppunen. Sorry Karma, but I can handle myself. I'm going to prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough to not land myself into trouble. Still, I do not happen to hear much of anything as I'm exploring the town tonight. Tää näyttää siltä, että joku fucking Van Helsing tulee tuolta kohta. Miksi tässä on musiikkia muuten? I should have brought along some kind of weapon, but then I would have had to steal a knife from the kitchen. I am not a thief! Miksi täällä ei kuulu musiikkia? Häiritsevää. Hours pass before I pass a tavern filled with knights. Nonni. Deciding that I would at least listen to what is happening at the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying. I hear that young Fritz is having a hard time of it. I feel bad for the lad, even Sir Alcaster thinks he's gone mad. Mitä vittu? Well, he does keep talking about a princess that doesn't exist. Oh, miksi se puhuu meistä siellä? Like, do you wanna be thrown into fucking asylum? Fritz still remembers me, but how? What the fuck? Eikö se ole se fucking poika? Eiku Fritz? Se oli se ritari? Niin joo. Onks sekin kirottu? Miksi se muistaa mut? Even his father is growing wary of his babbling. Sir Mythros forced him on break the other day. He didn't seem happy. Well, Sir Mythros must think he's crazy too, poor Fritz. Can you keep a secret? The knights look at each other and I lean as close as I can possibly can. Apparently the boy spoke some truth, though Sir Alcaster doesn't quite believe it. He's looking for the daughter of the previous queen. Olikohan se, joka sit etti mua? Se mies. Joku Alcasterin lähettävä. The witch had a daughter? Witch? The previous queen? Are they talking about mother? How dare they call her a witch? Apparently she did! Though I don't even ever remember such a girl. This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for her. What would Sir Alcaster need this girl for? Assuming she's dangerous and that they want to get rid of her. Are they talking about me? I'm curious, how are we supposed to find this imaginary princess anyway? Does she have any features? Hey, they scribbled her features. Last man who went looking for her said she wore a special pendant around her neck. Fuck! I should get out of here. I turn to leave the tavern, but my cloak snags on the door and falls on the floor, tripping me up in the process. Ei vittu, that's bad. This is not it, sweetie. Ai vittu, te kuulosti pahalta. I end up falling halfway into the tavern where the chatter abruptly stops. Is this, a lady? The knights that were talking approach me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloak from their fingers, but they pull it away from me and I stumble into one of them. Voi vittu. Madam? He moves to take my hand and then he stops when he sees my face. Her face and the necklace? Ai vittu! You think she was spying on us? Witch! Oi vittu. One of the knights grabs me by the wrist and pulls me toward him. He is far stronger than the man in the alleyway was. Voi vittu. Unhand me right now, I am no witch! Then there should be no problem, we're just going to take you in. And if there's some big misunderstanding, we'll repay you ourselves, miss. What? Plot twist on mut se niinku päänoita salee. No, let me go, this behavior is not fitting of a knight. Come on now, miss, let's go back quietly. Try to fight them, try to convince them. Mitähän minun pitäisi tehdä? No viimeksi entaapelut ja kaikki tuli parhain päin. Näitä on nyt vielä lisäksi 2. Plus se 1 on voimakkaampi kuin se äskeinen äijä, niin mä en todellakaan pysty varmaan fighttaan niitä. Mut sit taas mä en sit tiedä, voinko mä tyyli ottaa jonkun tuopin siitä ja heittää niitä vittu naamaan ja viilellä niiden kasvot. Vai pystynkö minä konvinssaamaan heidät? What should I do? Jos mä näyttelisin tätä liian liikaa, niin mä sanoisin kyllä convince them. Kyllä mä uskon, että mä saisin niinku suostuteltua heidät jotenkin. You can't win. Niin mä en voi voittaa, mutta se ei välttämättä tarkoita, että se ei niinku johda dominoefektinä johonkin toiseen asiaan, se mun valinta. Mut yritämme nyt konvinssata heidät. They might lose, but you can't win. Fighting back is useless when I am outnumbered. I have to try convincing them that I am not who they think I am. You are mistaken, sirs. I happened to overhear your conversation. Assuming I am some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other. You know, she has a point. Aha, she was listening in our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Did you not hear what I just said? I happened to overhear it, nothing more. You were cloaked as if you were trying to hide your features. Being out at night without a cloak is sure a way to draw attention to a lady such as myself. You know, she has a point! A bitch has a point! Several points were made! No mutta nyt olet kotona, missasinkö jotain tärkeää? Milloin sä viimeksi edes olit täällä? Me ollaan vaan... me mentiin ulos keskellä yötä yksin ja nyt me kuultiin, että joku siellä fucking palatsissa haluaa löytää meidät, ne jostain syystä tietää meistä. Ja varmaan haluaa tappaa meidät. So that's the tea on that. Et sellaista me ollaan saatu selville. Ja nää tyypit, jotka puhuu sitä, niin me jäätiin fuckiin näille. Silloin kun meikattiin karmaa, no sitten meikattiin, sitten käytiin puhua sille niille noidalle ja Keijulle. Ja sitten me vaan lähdettiin ulos. Ja sitten tapahtui tää. They're just standing there menacingly. Stop saying that, man! Se oli oikea vaihtoehto. I'm such a smart person. On käynyt melkein 30 lippiä yli 150. No mut se on jo aika paljon. Se on niinku 5/5. Joku on meidän perseen perässä. Mä laitan otsikon ylös. Oli hyvä. Vaikka se onkin englanniksi, niin se oli hauska juttu. Then, ma'am, there should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we are mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely. Ah! Come on, let's take her to the palace. Voi vittu. Tän streamin nimeksi jäin vartijalle fucking keskellä. No, ehkä mun pitää kirjoittaa toi ylös. Mä kyllä tota fuck-juttua laitan, mutta... Ehkä jotain vastaavaa. The knights lead me out onto the empty streets. Why? Why do I have to be so stubborn? The knights continue pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who sees us walks away to avoid the knights. Oh god fucking damn it. There is fear in their eyes. But I have done nothing wrong! Ma'am, if it makes you feel any better, we're risking our rank on this as well. Vai niin? Siinä tapauksessa kannattaisiko antaa olla? Meidän pitää vedota heidän ränkkeihinsä. I don't know, I'm suspicious of... Who goes there? Karma! Se on Karma! I look up and notice Karma's familiar figure walking towards us. Ta-da! What is he doing here? And why isn't he in his disguise? Gentlemen, I ask you to unhand that woman as a knight. I would be ashamed to be seen treating a lady so terribly. And who are you? Her husband. Meillä on mies. Teiks me olla vitun 17? Sanni haluaa tehdä muistojen videona. Sit Sanni voi laittaa niinku The Best of Sister Squad Streams 2018. Yksi Mr. Stream oli joku 30 miljoonaa SS-vovista ja olin silleen, miksi sulla on tuli jostain vovista? No, ehkä ne ei oo turhia kuvia, ne on se muistokuvia. His what? Unhand her, gentlemen, or taste my blade. Sir, we were just going to take her to the palace to... I will give you on the count of 3. Apsi, tuolla ollaan jollain keskeillä, please. No niin. One knight keeps his grip on me as the other draws his sword. I stare at Karma, who continues to count through, though the knight attacks him before his sword leaves his... No niin, ihan vitun turhiin. No, ehkä hän tarvitsi niitä johonkin. Tää kirjoittaa aviomies kans ylös, siitä voi saada hyvän otsikon. Karma and the knight trade blows. But it is Karma that comes out victorious. His blade slides past the knight's shoulder, distracting him enough to give Karma the opening he needs. Enstriimaan koita SS. Miksi sä tuota SS? Masa yritti ottaa SS, koska hän on rape culture advocate. Karma reaches back with his free hand to knock the knight out with a blow to the head. It may just be my imagination, but for a few moments I think I see the knight's blade glimmer across the surface of Karma's hand before he falls. Boom boom. The knight holding me holds up his hand in surrender. I yield, sir. It seems no matter how this situation turns out, you are dishonorable. Please, sir. Turpaa. Karma knocks him out and then stands beside me as he sheathes his sword. Karmai! A few moments. Karma spends some time forcing a potion from a vial down each of the knight's throats. I watch him quietly, fearing that he might have killed them, but the knights only seem to be asleep. A potion that Parfait gave me, it will make the men forget they never saw you. Oh, that's nice. He comes in prepared. Mun netti katkaa kaikissa jänniskohtia ja sit tulee takas puoleksi ja sit kaatuu taas sedään. Bitch, luulit jo. Mä haastan sun netin oikeuteen. That is not okay. You need to see all the good shit. When Karma stands again, I notice the glimmer of blood on his head and stare. You're hurt! Tästä tulee meidän eka hyvä teko. Sanokaa minun sanoneen. It's nothing. I am sorry. Come on, princess, let's go back. Ah! He pulls me right out onto the main street and does not let go of my head. I cannot bring myself to speak. Karma has saved me twice now. Not only that, but this time he is injured. He says it's nothing but his bloodied hand does not move at all. Oh god. Why do I have to be stubborn and insist I can handle myself? I do not speak for a long time. Hyi lapsia. Eventually these people start to stare. Ew. Though before long the staring grows worse, young women begin following us. Voi vittu. These are fucking kids. Coming after a fucking way older man than they. I turn to Karma, who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Karma! Sorry, princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk. Those girls are walking right behind us. This is his curse. Karma! Voinko mä laskea mun näyttöä, koska tää on ihan vitusti. Ei sitten. Karma. Lucette, I just said that I am no mood to talk. Did you not hear me? We're being followed! Ugh. Whoops. He stares behind his armor stupidly and then laughs hollowly when the girls see his face. Sitten muotaan silleen, Oppa! Twice! Niin, aina kun tulee sana twice, niin mun pitää olla twice! Ship Carmet. Voi vittu, mikä nimi. Mut sit taas. Luma. Luserma, Lusma, Lurma. They start to rush towards us, their voices rising and blending together in horrendous cacophony, I guess. Oh, Karma is not moving though, he looks resigned. Hän on ottanut lopputilin tästä. Maybe he's too tired to realize what he wants to do. No. We yeet. I tighten my grip on Karma's hand and pull him away, my pace quickening to run as the girls chase after us. En nyt ole varma, mutta muistelisin, että hän piti kiinni siitä kädestä, joka oli vitun verenpeitossa. Ehkä, en oo varma. Et jos se nyt vittu puristaa sitä kovempaa, niin vittu varmaan sattuu. Screaming at me angrily for taking Karma away from them town. Mun mies! Lusette, what are you doing? Getting us out of here. Lusette. Tää on mun eka hieno teko. Hyvä teko. Nyt mun netti toimii, mut selain päätti sulkeutua itsestään. Sis, sun computerilla on joku ongelma. Tai elektronisilla laitteilla yleensäkin. Netillä on ongelma. Toivottavasti näet what happens next. I lead him through the town and into little nooks and crannies where we managed to lose some of the crowd. Karma often led me through some of these spaces as shortcuts, Waltz knew them too. Once we're alone again, I stop, falling to my knees and letting go of Karma's hand as I catch my breath. That really was a curse, having to run away from so many mindless women. Minä kun yritän mainostaa tyttöbändejä, mut boygroups tän ei kiinnostaa vaan dick. That was difficult. Mitä vittu täällä tapahtuu? Näyttää, että täällä on 0 katsojaa. Maybe that's my curse. Hetkinen, katson täältä. Joo, lol, mullakin näyttää 0 katsojaa. YouTube on rikki. Luset, mitä? I don't mean to snap, he snapped, but the tiredness is pressing on me too. You helped me out of that. Dun, dun, dun. Of course I did. Why would I want to be chased by girls? You could have left me behind and gone on alone. Instead you helped me. Well, that was not tea. Mä en ymmärrä, miksi kukaan tekisi tolleen. Tai silleen ehkä, jos sua niinku jahtaa joku tappaja, mut tossa tilanteessa nyt miksi? You could have left me behind. You helped me too. I guess I paid you back. Though, to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about repaying him for saving me. I just knew that I didn't want Karma to be stuck trying to fend off all those girls. Eli tää oli meidän eka hieno teko. Jos mun koruun ei nyt tuu joku semmonen check markki, niin on kyllä juttu. Mulla ei oo katsojapalkki ollenkaan. No, YouTube on ihan vitun rikki. What's new? He was right about his curse, that is terrible. I just realized something. Karma kneels down beside me and waits for me to speak. Pyytääkö se mua naimisiin? My curse has people forget me and yours has even strangers become fascinated with you. It's almost like our curses are opposite of each other. And yet, we seem so similar. My eyes widen when I realize what I just said. Mun chatin osallistujista näkyy 4. No, älkää nyt sitä miettikö. Tärkeintä on, että hauskaa on. We are similar, aren't we? He holds out his good hand to me. His good hand. Niinku siinä fucking scary movies. Take my good hand. Strong hand. And I let him lead me back to the tavern through the abandoned alleyways. My feet are heavy and all I want is to do is sleep, but suddenly Karma is standing before me, his face grave. I have to thank you for helping me earlier. I'm sorry I froze like that and made it more difficult on you. It was so sudden, I was so tired I had no motivation to move. Serverit alhaalla, no mitä paskaa? Ois voinut mennä pelaa sitä ja näyttää Masalle keskaria Overwatchin suhteen. Twitchissä saa subauksen jollain 2 katsojalla ja Tube starttee sen 30k subs like. Subauksen? Mitä sä tarkoitat? Minkä subauksen? Shouldn't I be thanking you? I'll accept your thanks, even though I wish you didn't have to thank me in the first place. Tämän takia pitäisi olla Twitch-striimaaja eikä YouTube-striimaaja. Vaihdan sinne. You should not have gone out of your own when you knew how dangerous it could be for you. I am sorry. Lolla, palsu on aina down. No ei se nyt kyllä aina oo. Monta päivää tässä on oltu pelaamassa ilman, että tulee mitään. All I want for Christmas is karma. No sit on pitää draw that bitch girl. Vissi niitä subeja, mistä saa massia. Twitchissa on follow ja subscribe, niin mä tiedän. Niin joo. Niinku mitä? Niinku meinaat sä Twitchin kautta saa helpommin subei? Et siellä annetaan subeja helpommin kuin YouTubessa? Is that what you mean? I'll accept your apology too because I lost sleep over this. I have no words for how I feel right now. Kuva! Jii! Siinä on minun tämän nyt thumbnaili. Karmstmas. No joo. Karma reaches for my hand again and this time he holds it up and kisses the back of it. Sweet. Suddenly out of my tarnish falls away. Oh. Tuolla on kivat meikit meneillään. Kun on vesiraja eyelinerit menossa. Se tarvitsee kyllä vahvemman kulmapelin. Tuolla on fucking niinku vielä vahvempi rajaus ja kulmapeli kuin ripsipeli, what the fuck. Mut sillä on eyeshadow widow. You are really a handful. But a delightful handful. Delightful handful. Koita sanoa tota nopea. Delightful handful, delightful handful. No ei toi vaikea tuolla. I'm going to bandage this hand. Taas lunta tippuu. And then rest. We'll speak later about all of this. Okay. But the blood. The bleeding stopped on its own, Lucet, but it does not need to be treated. But it does need to be treated. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Are you sure? As sure as I can be. I don't lie, not even for the sake of a pretty lady. Maksullisia jäsenyyksiä tarkoitan. Niin. Niin meinaatko sitä, että Twitchistä saa helpommin noit subei? Et niinku ihmiset on more likely to sub you on Twitch than on YouTube? Sulonen, kyllä. Stand ship up. My fears. Lucella on tommonen kuun muotoinen naama, mä en ees katsonut, menen katsomaan heti. Ai vittu, mun pitää tallentaa taas. Koska on pakko hello. Onks mä saanut ihan vitun kaikki kuvat Karmasta tähän asti? I see what you mean. Onks mä saanut näitä muitakin? No mä en ollut tän kanssa oikein missään tekemisissä, ne ei mikään ihmekään. Puuttuuks multa nää? En tiedä. No niin, mut kun Twitchissä se subaaminen niin on vähän niinku se juttu, kun täällä YouTubesta kaikki vaan odottaa kaikkia ilmaiseksi, niin... Täällä on vähän eri meininki kuin Twitchissä, kun Twitchissä se on vähän niinku automaattinen se. Kaikki antaa nyt Abille hyvän joulumielen sponssaamalla ja tykkäämällä striimistä. No olisi kyllä kiva saada taas niitä sponsseja, koska mä haluaisin vaihtaa sen mun emojin yhden noista. Niin niitä olisi kyllä kiva saada enemmän taas, koska en voi nyt vaihtaa niitä, koska mulla ei ole tarpeeksi sponsseja. Mutta kiva olisi, jos tulisi edes likejä striimiin, se auttaisi oikein paljon. That's all I ask, sisters. Kaikki ovat karmasta, ootte luotuja toisillenne. Ei vaan et sen saa. Sä tarvitset 30 subei tubes, jos haluat ne jäsenet. Twitchissä ne saa just like that. Siis mitkä jäsenet? Mä en ihan hiffaa mitä sä meinaat. Karmet is up and say. Karmet, se on hyvä nimi, nonni. Siinä on hyvä ship-nimi. Sitä heitetään nyt champagnepullolla ja se ristitään ja se lähetetään nyt neitsyt matkalle. Karma lets my hand go as soon as we enter the margin and then bows politely to me before heading back to his room. I watch him go, my mind whirling. Sponsorointi. Niin? Siis what the fuck? Ei mullakaan 30k subeja ja mä silti se voi silti sponsoroida. No kun sä puhut niin sekavia, sä vaihtelet termejä koko ajan. Does he usually kiss women's hands? No se on mies. Se on vähän niinku normaali tona aikakautena. No, I don't think so. Tuleeko sus chapter? Oi, mutta. Matchmaking! Nonni. Niin, thanks to me. Thanks to us. Me molemmat tehtiin sitä. Tai en mä tiedä miten se oli ennen. Tarviks nykyään 30k subeja, että voi sponssaa? Oliko se ennen eri lailla? Jaa, niistä testattiin silloin. Mut siis vittu mitä paskaa. Holy Jesus, 30k, sehän on ihan vitusti. Mulla meni vähän yli tunti. Tai no, tunti meni tohon yhteen jaksoon, okei. Okay. No, thank God for Bogismal sitten. You really are a handful, but a delightful handful. His words keep repeating in my head. I cannot stop hearing his voice and feeling his lips on my hand. My face feels warm, and every time I think about his words, my heartbeat feels unsteady. I really have to stop thinking about that. Karma is karma, and he puts on that overly polite act with everyone. Does he though? But then I'm pretty sure I've never seen him do something like that with another person. Eiks mä vieläkään muka saanut hyvää tekoa? Eiks se muka ollut? I just go downstairs and stop thinking about all of this. I need to tell Parfait and Delora what happened. Because of the time I returned to the margin yesterday, I never spoke to anyone about what happened. Maybe someone's downstairs, someone usually is. I leave my room and make my way downstairs to the reception. Aloit yhtäkkiä saada ihan sikana liikkeen, kun sanoit, että tykkää streamistä, vaikka ei täällä näyttäisi ole ketään paikalla, eikä chatissa ainakaan. No kun se on rikki! En tiedä varmaan. Ihmiset haluaisi lähettää sitten joulumieltä. Kiitos kaikille siitä. YouTube taas paskoo jotain. Onko se nyt mikään ihme? Voisi vaihtaa Twitchiin F and demonetize. Kyllä mäkin olisin silleen olla mieluummin Twitch-striimaaja, koska se niinku makes sense. Mut sit taas... Onko se silleen, että ne ei niinku jää sinne Twitchiin oikein ne striimit, tai silleen, että ne on siellä jonkun aikaa. Että se on niinku sellaista ohikiitävää, että se pointti siinä on katsoa sitä striimiä, kun se tapahtuu. Ja sit voi katsoa vähän aikaa jälkikäteen. Mut niinku se pointti on enemmän siinä, että katsoo sitä silloin, kun striimataan. Mut sit taas onks täällä kuinka moni ihmisiä, jotka niinku kattoo jälkikäteen niitä kohtia, mitä ne ei nähnyt? I don't know. It is quiet when I enter, but not as silent as I thought it would be. Karma is sitting at one of the tables, speaking quietly with Parfait and Delora. His injured hand is sitting on the table, bandaged. I cannot help but stare at it, my heart plummeting. His injury is my fault. So you have yet to hear the entire story? No, I'm afraid I'm not quite privy to the information Waltz has. Is that correct? Waltz has been directly involved in this far longer than you have. What about Waltz? Princess, you're up early. They all turn to look at me as I stand at the table. Karma still looks tired and is not in his dress. He looks somber but still smiles at me. Somberski. Tällä saa at least 500 total minutes broadcast in last 30 days, at least 7 unique broadcast days in the last 30 days, an average of 3 concurrent viewers or more over the last 30 days, 50 followers. Millä saa? Onks toi niinku, siis mikä toi? Lucette, how nice of you to join us. When did he start saying my name without my title? Lucette, tästä huomaa, että me ollaan menty nyt meidän suhteessa eteenpäin vakavempaan kohtaan, kun hän ei enää kutsu enää prinsessaksi. Shootti Somberskille, kyllä. Voithan se vissiin ladata sen sieltä ja pistää tubeen. Niin. En mä tiedä, olisiko vähän random. Silleen olen Twitch-striimejä, mutta sitten lataan ne striimit YouTubeen. Sen subnapin. Siis subaamalla saat seuraa ja what? Lucette, you've run into a lot of different mishaps this week, haven't you? Kyllä, asia on näin. I thought you would be stubbornly avoiding work, instead you go out of your way to get yourself into trouble. This involves me directly, how would I not be curious? You've also been irresponsible, sneaking out without any of us knowing. I have the freedom to do whatever I want to, I even wore a cloak too. Oh no, the cloak, I left it at the bar. Voi paska. Voit editoida kaiken turhan pois. Ses. Luuleeko sä, et mä alkaisin vittu editoimaan striimejä nyt, haloo? Sun täytyy saavuttaa noi, et saa subin Twitchissä. Ahaa. No toi eka on helppo. Vissiin toi tokakin, joo. Eiks tarvi niinku striimaa vaan 7 päivää, 7 kertaa, 7 päivänä 30. Mut se, että olisi niinku 3 katsojaa samaan aikaan niinku silleen concurrent. No periaatteessa täältähän mä ne saisin jo valmiiksi, jos ihmiset haluais vaihtaa Twitchiin, mutta ei se on niin vaikea, että on leikkaa liimaa. No mut silti, ja sit se pitää fucking rendata vielä. Ja sit se pitää ladata vielä. Paljon duunia yhden striimin takia. I feel a nudge at my arm and Karma is holding out my cloak with a tired smile. You went back to get this? When? Yesterday when you were still in bed. Jos me oltais niinku Karma, niin se ois jo, jos toi ois saanut sen fucking tuhkimokirouksen, se ois jo tehnyt sen jo aikaa sitten. You've been running yourself dry these days, last few days. Karma on kuiva. Siis tämän takia minä aloin striimaamaan, ettei tarvitse tehdä sitä kaikkia editointia, leikkaa liimaa, juttuja ja kaikkea ekstraa, siis. Säästää aikaa. It's nothing. Thank you. What's this? Our ice princess is thanking someone? Why is that something so strange? Oh, come on now, she's not so icy. There's more fire than anything. She's filled with unbridled passion and confidence. Confidence that has gotten me nowhere so far. Don't look so dour, Lucette. You've become quite the accomplished woman. Karma gestures towards me and flushed, unsure of what he is talking about. Then I notice Dolores' eyes are on me too. Sillä on ihastus. Oh, perfect. Do you see that? What? Oh my god! Nyt mä sain sen! Mun koruun jonkun jutun! What are they looking at? Mun koru! I reach down to grab my necklace and then pause. I cannot stop the gasp that leaves my lips. Tadaa! Olen saanut palasen. Puuttuvan palasen. Nyt on silleen... Tämä vaatii. No. Jos mä olisin ehtinyt laittamaan sen uuden emojin, niin se olisi hyvä ollut tähän, mutta ei sitten. You got ice on your neck. Yo. When did this happen? You didn't realize that there was an extra piece to your necklace? No vittu en. Congratulations, Princess Lisette. You're a step closer to breaking your curse. Eihän tässä ole niinku fucking 6 episodia. I feel proud. I only ever felt this way around Mother. She did me a great favor yesterday. If not for Lisette, I might have suffocated beneath a pile of very excited women. Wait, helping Karma escape was a good deed. No niin, sen takia vähän olinkin silleen, että miksi en ole saanut mitään. She was selfless. He's not even mentioning the injury he got protecting me. Parfait and Delora are both smiling, but the cheerful mood does not last long. What were you talking about before I came down? About your kidnapping. Well, kidnapping's both of them. It looks like we have a serious problem on our hands. Mikä Gabriel, vaikka ihmisiä on enemmän kuin koskaan, niin suurin osa meistä on jo kuollut. #stay woke. Wow, that was so powerful. Twiittasko se ton? What do you know about this? What does Waltz know that I don't? Princess, it's more about what everyone else knows that you don't. Mitä jengi tietää, mitä mä en tiedä? What everyone else knows? I feel anger begin to simmer inside of me. Even though he looks apologetic, he says it so casually. What are you all hiding from me? Facebookiin laittu. No jos ei twiitannut sitä, niin what's the point? Wow, se ei oikeesti twiitannut sitä. Olisin retweetannut. First Aladdin photos reveal Will Smith, Genie Luke, and Twitter is not having it. Oh my god, mennään katsomaan. Let's gather everyone later, shall we? I think Waltz mightn't want to be here for this too. What does Waltz have to do with any of it? Be patient, princess. You've already waited this long. What's another few hours? Totta. No missä se kuva on? Näytä meillekin. Täytyisin katsoa löytyykö täältä mitään. Ahaa. Tämäkö se on? No. Hassulta näyttää Will Smith. En mä tiedä, ei toi elokuva näytä kovin. It's not very it. Daddy ja Fardo. No, eteenpäin. I have no choice but to agree when Parfait and Delora refuse to say any more, but I am not happy about it. Aladdin is cancelled. T. I spent the rest of my time doing idle chores, Giadel, around the tavern. I do a round of sweeping with Mr. Broom and mindlessly organize some of the bottles. Mistä lämpö tulee? Jotenkin tuntuu lämpimältä. Tässä näin. I cannot believe everyone knows something about me that I don't. But now I'll find out the entire story. Maybe it will answer some of the questions I have. But why are they keeping things about me a secret to begin with? Rip Arabian yöt, totta. Täytyy ottaa, tulee se traileri, niin sitten näemme kunnolla. Mutta ei se kyllä kovin kivalta näytä. Se vissiin näyttää realistisilta ja tolleen, mut... Fuck realismi. Karmet lämmittää sua sieltä päin. Sieltä tulee lämmintä hehkua. Näytön kautta. The Laura gathers everyone in a tavern to discuss the kidnappings. I decide to sit in between Waltz and Karma. So we have a story to tell. Story time. Story time. I don't suppose this would be a romance, would it? Ei, story timeit on aina negatiivisia. Miksi kukaan tekisi storytimein siitä, miten ne tapasi jonkun ihanan ihmisen ja sitten ne meni naimisiin ja eli elämänsä loppuun asti. Ne kertoi sitten, miten ne tapasi jonkun hullun pervon ja sitten niiden elämästä tuli helvettiä. How can you stand to make comments like that constantly? How can you stand to live a lie? Rumppe, mene pois. The two glare at each other across the table, but Delora silences them. Delora starts with a story about the Great War, one that I've already heard so many times I can recite it myself. What does any of this have to do with me? Because of the fairy tales, witches like myself were punished for simply existing. Our leader, the Tenebrarum Bearer, was a kind witch that was overtaken by the grief that our people suffered. Rumppelon kummassa, totta. And we do not stand her. She was driven so far into madness that she created the fairy tale curse to punish humans and make them suffer as the witches had. And when that wasn't enough, she committed the ultimate taboo. She killed a human. Onko joku ultimaattinen tabu, että noidat ei saa tappaa ihmisiä? Onko se vaan täällä? I tried to stop her, but by the time I thought to act, it was too late. Knowing that Laura and Perfect were involved in the Great War makes it seem more real. But wasn't Tenebrarum Bearer killed? How can the fairy tale curse continue to spread if she is dead? Kai ne voi jatkaa sitä. I believe that the Tenebrarum Bearer sacrificed the last bit of her life to continue powering the Tenebrarum. All to ensure that the remaining witches could continue spreading the fairy tale curse. Is none of this ringing a bell for you? What are you talking about? Oh my god. Ton mutsi on se vitun Tenebrarum Bearer. Sen takia se ei tykännyt ihmisistä. Sen takia se puhuu, että ihmiset on paskaa. Wow. She really did erase your memories, huh? Erase? The witch who died that never was your mother? Arvasin! The story basically writes itself. What? For some reason I turned to look at Karma, who is one of the only people who doesn't look away from me. It's true love. I grew up outside of this kingdom, but even I knew of the terrible witch Hildur. Hildur? You expect me to believe any of this? Mother Wash. She was a witch, I would remember that. Well, you would if you had memories of the war and the years before that. Under Hildur's rule, the palace was a dark place. Wow. The story is written in the laws of storytelling. The king didn't have any real power until Hildur was defeated. That goes for the rest of us too. We were slaves to Hildur. Wow. Hildur oli hirviö. Delora's eyes flicker to Waltz. Flickeraisi ne samalla tavalla kuin taikapasilla. Furdurkukistit. It's the truth. Waltz knows because he's also a witch. He experienced Hildur's command over the witches firsthand as well. Waltz is a witch? Sorry for keeping it a secret. It's not as if I can use much magic anymore anyway, not when I'm cursed. This is just another secret of many. It seems everyone is hiding something. Everyone was freed after Hildur's reign, witches, fairies and humans alike. The king was even able to marry Ophelia, the woman he always truly loved. So it has always been Ophelia that he truly loved. Was that the reason I never felt any love from him? Because I was my mother's daughter? Wow. Mut miksi sit meni sen kanssa naimisiin? Ja hankki lapsen? Outo kuningas. He gave up on me. No dear, I didn't think he gave up on me. My voice is too loud in the reception area. I feel it crack beneath the pressure and suddenly I want to cry. But sis, there's no tears left to cry. But mother told me so many times not to cry. The king gave up on me, but mother didn't. Mother would tell me this was all a lie. She would tell me not to trust anyone, they must be lying. Sis. You can't be living by your mother's rules anymore. I turn to Karma. For some reason I trust him more than I trust Delora or Parfait. Is this the truth? Outo kuningas ajatteli Gullilla jo aika. Mut me ei edes tiedä miltä meidän mutsi näytti, oliko se edes kaunis nainen. I was told the story of Hildur and her daughter Lucette. They said you were the picture of elegance, but that you shared your mother's icy nature. But I don't think that's true at all. If Hildur was ice, then you most certainly are a warm fighter. If my mother was a witch, then what does that make me? A witch! You're a witch as well, whether or not you were ever thought to use magic. I guess. Of course she was beautiful. How dare you! On your upcoming birthday, you will become the Tenebra Rumper. Well, bitch! Do you realize how ridiculous this all sounds? Me, a witch? The king never said anything. And now I cannot even ask him if this is true because I'm cursed. Why would you even curse me? We didn't want a repeat of the tragedy, Lucette. I sat on your shelves for almost a year. There was ice in your heart, and if you had inherited the Tenebrarum in that state, who knows what would have happened? Then why didn't you just tell me any of this? Koska sä olisit silleen, fuck you. On my 18th birthday, you're going down. Siitä tulee sweet 16, and it's only sweet for a one bitch. Delora and Parfait looks at each other before dropping their gazes to the ground. Niitä nolottaa. If you had told you before, would you have been bothered to listen? The king must have tried to do the same thing, and look how that turned out. You shut out everyone who ever tried to tell you about Hildur's true nature. That is the tea. Probably true. Even now I'm having trouble believing that they are telling me the truth. The whole world feels as if it was collapsing around me. I need to escape. I need to go out and before someone else, but why are the witches looking for me? You are the heir to their Tenebrarum. No doubt the evil witches want you on their side, so they can continue wreaking havoc in Angiel with the fairy tale curse. The men that were looking for Lucette were not witches though, they were knights. Perhaps the witches and the knights are working together? Perhaps. Joo, Hurdur oli Lucetten mutsi. The Queen. Kun käy täytän 18, niin tulta katsoa, että kutsuitte mua jäbrinssi. This must be part of Alcaster's scheme to steal the throne. What are you talking about? The reason why Garland and I left the Order of Caldera was because the king did not believe us about Alcaster's coup. Kuka vittu edes oli Alcaster? Hold the fuck up. Ahaa, mä en oo vissiin nähnytkään tota äijää aikaisemmin. Ei kuka vittu toi on. Ei kun toi oli mun faija. En tiedä, mutta vallankumous. Joku never bitch, joka yrittää pölliä meidän synttärilahjavoimat salee. Tai siis yrittää tehdä ne tekemättömäksi. How would he know of the princess's identity though? Anyone who isn't a witch, a fairy or is in curse shouldn't be able to remember her. Ehkä sekin on kirottu. But now we know that it is not just the witches looking for the princess, but the knights of the Order of Galdiner as well. They definitely have a description of her from someone. Ja Fritz muistaa meidät jostain syystä myös. I don't know, fam. Lähikuva. Ehkä Alcaster on Fritzin faija. Does it? Karma reaches out a hand to touch my shoulder and I flinch back before standing up. I cannot speak about this now. I want to be alone. Let her go. She'll need a lot of time to think. Ehkä Alcaster on Fritz. No ei ole. Mä näin sen kuvan, se ei ole sama heppu. I leave everyone sitting at the table as I try to process the whirling thoughts in my mind. Hildur, my mother, the only person I ever thought loved me, was the Tenebrarum bearer, a witch, the first witch to kill a human. Esimerkiksi toi Hildur on joku tommonen kauhean pohjoismaisen kuulunen. The witch that started the fairy tale curse. All this time I thought mother was the only one who cared, but what if she never did? I stay in my room for a long time trying to process everything I have been told. Wow, lataus ruutu. Wow, spoilers, we stand spoilers. Days go by before I decide to leave the tavern again to watch Karma practice with the knights. These last few days I've felt hollow. Maybe seeing the normal practices will help me feel better. Maybe it will make things feel like nothing's changed. When I arrive at the forest, however, only Karma is standing in the clearing. He is staring through the trees if he sees something there, but his expression is solemn, almost sad. Eventually he sighs, shaking his hand before turning in my direction. Does it? I prepare myself for a response, but find that no words come to mind. I have not spoken to Karma since the talk about mother and witches, and any of the ease I felt with him before has slipped away. Hittu. Still, I came here on my own. I cannot just stand here being mute. I say the first thing that comes to mind. Blackpink. Where are Urian and Garland? I'll only train with Garland. Urian is on patrol duty tonight. He'll be here later. I just came early. It seems you did too. Lucette, are you okay? I'm sorry I haven't been by to see you. It is not as if you owe that to me. I don't owe it to you, but I truly wanted to. I've just been busy these last few days scouting the town for information. As much as I want you to come with me. Why would you ever have wanted to pair up with someone like me anyway? A woman like me, like a woman like me. Why, princess? That's because I'm a bitter and cold, and even though I want change, all I can think about is myself. I'm sad and depressed and not even well dressed. Cause you hot shit. But now I want to change because I do not want to be the same as my mother. Isn't that selfish? Ei, se on ihan vitun epäitsekästä, jos sä et halua olla vitun natsi. Maybe so, but I believe you are being selfish for the right reasons. An entirely selfless person can survive in this world. Before we can make others happy, we have to be happy ourselves. 9. Siinä. Before we can make others happy, we have to be happy ourselves. Eli muistakaa self-care on avain onneen. Vaan pystyy olemaan erilainen ihminen kuin sun. Happy ourselves? Yes, an angry person holds resentment towards anyone and it mars whatever good deeds they seek to do. That is why I cannot complete my good deeds. Koska en ole iloinen itse. Wrong! You've already got one done. No joo, mutta en tarpeeksi. Recognizing the need for change is always a good thing. Regardless of the motivation, you are trying to become a better person. That is what matters. Takes a step. Kuulosti, että se otti ainakin 5. Step towards me, then puts his hand on my shoulders and leans down until... I can look right into his eyes. Karma's serious expression startles me as much as his touch. Give me a little touch. It is never too late for anyone to change. You taught me that. What? How could I have taught you, Karma, anything? Taught Karma anything? Do you mind if I tell you a story? Story time. He's standing too close. Step away from him and don't move. With his face so close, all I can do is stare right into his eyes. Karma's hands tighten on my shoulders, se snappaa mun nekin. For a few moments I feel a slight panic rising in my chest. Then Karma steps away from me with a rough shake of his head. Karma! Next time I do that, Lucette, feel free to push me away. What the fuck is going on? Miksi musta tuntuu, että Karma on joku 190 senttiä ja Luce on joku 160? No, that could be the tea. Lucette näyttäisi 160 senttiseltä. Mut miksi minä työntäisin sinut pois, kun mä en äskenkään työntänyt? Miksi sä et halua, että mä olen sun lähellä? What? It's better that way. What does he mean by that? You never answered. Will you listen to my story? No vittu joo! Alright. Once upon a time in a land far far away. Musiikkivaihtoehto on uusi, me ei ole varmaan kuultu aiemmin. There lived a crown prince from a kingdom called Brugantia. Sis, let me tell you a fucking bedtime story without anyone going to bed. Cue the music. Brugantia is one of the neighboring kingdoms, so this isn't make-believe? Toi on Brugantian prinssisale. His name was Claude Adric Renaldi Matthews Almonte, but because this name was such a mouthful, he settled for an acronym as a nickname, at least around the palace, where it was acceptable. En tiedä miten tosta saa karman, mutta okei. Claude Adric Miten sä saat tosta karman? Noniin. Prince Claude was a man who flaunted his beauty and talents to all that he met. He often used his title to get what he wanted. Prince Claude was a selfish man who felt was entitled to everything that he had. He was vain and often left his castle unattended so that he could avoid his responsibilities. Then one day he chanced upon a beautiful maiden in a town square. He led her around the whole day, being as charming as he possibly could. Sugar daddy. Mistä kaikki on? Tää on vähän maa ja DM. Niinpä. Ehkä tämä ei ollut hyvä päivä striimaamiseen, kaikilla jotain muuta tekemistä. Do you want me to push you away? Hirten kohta itten, koska mun sisko on taas vaihteeksi päällä. No mitä vittua sun siskosta taas teki? Söi sun suklaan ja glögin ja mainitsin siitä turhautuneeseen sävyyn. Ja kaikki on taas mun vika. Sun siskos vähän vaikuttaa narsistilta, I might say. Sillä on joku ongelma, se ei halua nähdä ongelmia itsessään. Mitä mä nyt Pokemon taas tein? Kelaa taaksepäin joota ekat kirjaimet sen nimestä. Jaha. Jaa, no mä oon vitosti liian tyhmää ajattelemaan tollasia. Mut minkä takia se ottaisi niinku jokaisesta oman, miksi se ottaa vaan sen etunimestä tai jonkun sen nimistä ja ota siitä lyhenteen. Nonni. Sä voit katkaista sun siskos kaulan. Then one day he changed upon a ei kun mä luin ton jo. Next, thank you. And then at the end of the day he asked the woman to be his lover. She agreed, but their time together did not last long. Only weeks later, Prince Claude threw her away as one throws away an object and broke the woman's heart. And she cursed him. That beautiful maiden was a witch, but Prince Claude found out too late. The witch said she would make his beauty, his vanity, a curse. Tää näyttää vaan enemmän ja enemmän siltä, että on Curse on Beauty and the Beast. Well, Obsidian sanoo tää porukka taas vaihtineeksi. Minä olen lääkäri. Sen sisko pitäisi heittää erittäin kaivoon. You need to focus! I can't focus. I tried, but it didn't get me anywhere. To make even beauty a curse. Ashamed of being cursed, Prince Claude donned a disguise and left his kingdom behind. He has been gone for nearly a year now, and most probably assume he is dead. But in truth, the prince had come to Angiel seeking a way to break his curse. He had heard a young lady named Lucette, who, on her 18th birthday, could dispel any curse. Wow. Se halus käyttää mua hyväksi, vitun pojat. Ois se pitänyt arvata. Yhdet menee eestä, jos jättää ovet ulos asti auki. Sitä en ole koskaan ymmärtänyt, että jos ovi on kiinni, niin miksi sitä ei laita kiinni, jos silloin lähtee silleen sis? Boy. Karma. He looks so sad, I don't know how to comfort him. Claude. Nyt se nimi on Claude, se ei ole enää Karma. Karma. Claude turns a startling red as he stares at me. For a few moments he does not speak. Then he bursts out laughing. Okay. I stare at him in shock, not understanding his reaction. I feel myself flush. I would be happy to break your sea. Isn't that your real name? No, darling, it is, but hearing you say my name, well, it sounds so much softer out of your lips. I rather like it. My cheeks are warm again. How is that he is always able to make me feel this way? It's love, sweetie. I will call you by that name if it makes you so happy. Wow. Let's make it a secret between the two of us. I'm still Miss Karma here. Besides, I'd rather you kept that name for my ears only. Siis onks Claude nimenä niinku sama kuin Daddy, silleen et sun pitää... So normaalisti you have the mans, sit sä oot vaan silleen, this is my mans, but in certain situation, he is your daddy. It makes me feel more special that way. More special? At that moment, Garland shows up for practice and Claude politely excuses himself. I watch the two of them trade blows. Claude favors his other hand, but his blows still come quickly even with his injury. The more Karma, I mean Claude, tells me, the more I realize that he's, like me, a noble cursed for being selfish. But how do I help break his curse? Why can't he tell me? Tell me, why can't he tell me? Miss Daddy, that sounds like joku RuPaul's Drag Race contestant. Karma on Salee Hans. Salee se on Hans, käyttää mua hyväkseen. A practice is drawing to a close. Claude asks Garland the usual question. Have you confessed to Urien yet? Garland only shakes his head in reply. The two men shed their swords. Garland looks almost sad as he turns to make his way back to the tavern. He likes her and yet he won't say anything. Why is that frustrating me so much? No koska aina on silleen, sun pitää vaan niinku sanoa sille jotain, mut sit kun sulle itse tulee se niinku kohdalle, niin sit oot silleen, hyi vittu, ei. Garland. Yes, princess. You have to tell Urien it's nothing. Claudia told me before that confessing is hard, but what Garland is going through looks even harder. Princess, you know I'm incapable. No, you think you're incapable, but if you never say anything to her, you'll never know. If I say something wrong, I risk losing everything that I already have with her. Sis. Pahin mitä voi tapahtua on, ettei tapahdu ikinä mitään. And if you say nothing, you risk losing what you could have with her. Mieluummin kuolen nälkään kuin myönnän. Se oli oikein. Lucette is right. Maybe you should really tell her. But before Claudia was damned that Garland shouldn't confess to Urien, what changed? If I mess this up, don't mess up my tempo. Let's try looking at it through another lens. Imagine that Urien is Lucette. How do you think she would like to be confessed to? I frown at the two men, arms crossed. Excuse me? Well, you and Urien are very similar. You both are very straightforward. Confess to the princess? My eyes move to Claude, but only fleetingly before they are once again on Garland. You just need to do something simple, Garland. Something that will not rub her the wrong way. With her, it's all for her. A maiden's heart is ever fragile and each woman is different. Cloud is wearing an amused smile on his face, but he is looking at me. Not Garland, I feel my face flush and have to look away. Lucette, your tomato red again. It's adorable. Ah! I cross my arms over my rapidly beating heart again and force a scowl on my face. No, I was just thinking about what Garland could do. Something simple like when Karma kissed my hand. Garland kissing Urian's hand is probably not a good idea. Maybe he could do what Claude and I did the one day in town. He can buy her some food and they can just like, you know, be sugar daddy and shit. Talk. Have you ever just asked Urian out for food? Not alone. Yuri's practicing and she always eats at the tavern. She's also always on duty if she's available. I'll take a patrol shift 2 nights from now. Then and tomorrow you can ask her out for a meal. Diddy! We can make your invite a grand affair. We can drape banners to the walls, or I could give you a rose. Ah! That sounds like a terrible idea. I am offended. I feel like I did something like that for Yuri and she would get embarrassed and punch me. Sounds like another lady that I know. Cloud grins at me, but I just roll my eyes. Just ask her normally, and then when you are out and alone together, you can confess. And we'll make sure you have the time to do it. I'll purposely come late to practice tomorrow night so you can ask her out for that date. How does that sound? Bannereita, that's a lot. That's fucking a lot. That's extra and not in the good way. You two really think I can do this? Me uskotaan sinuun. You just have to ask the question. Whatever follows will at least be an answer. Tomorrow night then. Good man, I'm sure it will go swimmingly. En osaa uida, or I could drown. You won't drown. Garan excuses himself with a nervous smile before Cloud turns to me expectantly with a mischievous grin. Now, Lucette, we'll come here early tomorrow and spy on them. We need to scope out a good spot. Spy on them? Of course, we need to make sure that our efforts pay off. I don't think we should. You don't want to see how it plays out. I mutely shake my head, unable to put my emotions into words. For some reason I'm imagining myself in Urian's position. It feels too personal. Totta. Bogi muuten, kuinka pitkällä olet Assassin's Creed Odysseus? Nyt lähtee heteroinen suhteet for the victory. Cloud likeness suddenly springs to mind and I feel my face grow hot again. So hot. Nanamu jeppojo. Lucette, you've been oddly out of it today. En tarpeeksi. Bitch! Miksi et pelasta enemmän? Mitä sinä teet kaiket päivät? Cloud reaches out a hand towards me, then abruptly pulls away. I stare as Miss smiles at me, almost sheepishly. Lammas. Aloita viimeiset meistä mieluummin. Vittu kun ei pysty. Miten niin ei pysty? Sulle ei ole töitä. Sä editoit 1 videon viikkoon. Sulla on niinku 6 päivää viikossa aikaa. No älä kato sitä vitun fliksiä. Kato vähemmän. Nuku vähemmän. Karma ei kertonut kellekään mikä sen kirous on, mutta Lucettelle koko vitun tarinan. Lucette's mind. A woman's power. Läheinen, vai onko se vaan nälkänee? I stare as he smiles at me. Joo, luin ton jo. The conversation between us dies and we turn to the margin. Kuoli perkele. Days passed and though I did not spy on the conversation between Yuri and Garan, I noticed that Garan has been smiling from ear to ear during his practice with Cloud recently. I can only assume that his confession went well. Yeah. That's good. Pakko kattoo, ei pystyy kuolen kahlitussänkyyn. Sinun pitää vain päättää, että nyt nousen ylös pelaamaan tätä hienoa peliä. Koska ajattelee, että sen voisi aloittaa silleen joulun aikaan. Cloud took the patrol shift tonight and as I lie in bed I am restless. Every time I watch Cloud practice with Urian and Garland, I'm reminded of the palace of Fritz. I wonder how Fritz is doing. Is he still practicing with the other knights? My thoughts darken as I recall the kidnappings. Cloud had to save me every single time. He got injured at saving me. Unable to sleep, I slip out of bed and make my way to the reception room. You think I didn't try that? Shit don't work. Try harder! The night air is cool and no one stops me from standing just outside of the margin. I cannot just sit back and do nothing anymore. I have to act, and in fact, I do not want Claude to get hurt because of me again. Eventually I see Claude approach. He looks tired and is moving more slowly than usual, but when he sees me, his lips squirk into a smile. Lucette, what are you doing out here tonight? Love. Love instead of darling, that's new. Meidän suhde syvenee. Hello, Claude. His face is dark red again. Unohdin, että kutsut minua sillä nimellä. You're using my real name, I suppose you've come to ask for something serious? En. How could he know that? I do need to ask something of you. Well, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm right here, love. What? Oh, is this about... Never mind. I'm asking if you will be my instructor. For some reason I seem to have caught Claude off guard. He stares at me for a few moments. What? I want to learn how to use the sword and I want you to be my instructor. Claude's expression becomes uncharacteristically serious. I'd rather you didn't learn how to use a sword. Ai, koska sit mä voin puolustaa itteni, niin sit sulla ei ole enää tehtävää täällä. I do not want you to have to keep protecting me. I don't mind protecting you. I do. Cloud sighs and shakes his head. En opeta. Princesses shouldn't be using swords. Wow, misogynistä. Nice viha. I want to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. Eikö sä osaa seistä? You are. I do not want you to get hurt again when I could do something about it. No, opisit käyttämään vaikka asetta. Pyssy. Teach me, please. Claude. Once again, he flushes. It seems to be an instant reaction, and it is both amusing and endearing. It won't be easy. I wasn't expecting it to be. Hi sisters. Moi Lili, miten menee? Ja se ei ollut dad, it was mom. Se oli taas joku puhelinongelma. Heitit sä lainerit ja luonnoslehtiöt etupihan lumihankeen. Damn sis. Boggy, you can't act like we haven't done shit like that to each other before, you know how it be. Mut Sanni siskon perseestä, niin kyllä se nyt vähän ansaitsee näpäytystä. Mä jos sun pleikkarin sulta vie, niin vittu turpaan tulee. Kotiarestit ei haittaa. Kyllä sen siskon pitäisi oppia ihan vitun käyttäytymään. Ja jos on joku faija tai joku alkaa valittamaan, niin sit sun pitää selittää sille, että sun siskos on vitun natsi. Mut siis mä sain jostain vitun kirjeen, mä en tiedä mikä vittu tää on. Siis tässä ihan vitun lukee niinku ande, niinku mitä helvettiä. Kuka kirja... No okei, ei oo ihme täällä olisi niinku perille, mutta ihan vitun kummallista kirjoittaa tähän ande. Mutta tuli ihan vitun Tampereelta, so it can't be from anyone else than Mia. Mut miksi tää olisi tullut Tampereelta, eli se niinku lähettänyt sieltä sitten jonkun joulukortin tai jotain, mä en tiedä mikä tää on, mua vähän pelottaa. Tuossa oli vaan joulukortti Mialta, I'll be fucking down, jos ei oo. Koska en mä tunne ketään muut Tampereelta. Tai silleen, ei Mia edes ole Tampereella vaan lähdössä nykyään, mut kuitenkin se käy siellä silleen. Toisaalta se kävi Kangasalla, tai siis asuu Kangasalla, tai silleen se on sen hoods. Oh my god. Se on Mialta se. Nonni. Jaa. Tää on vitun kiitoskortti. Are you fucking kidding me? Kiitos kun yritit kanssamme kesän juhlia. Mia. Miksi? Miksi tämmönen on lähetetty? Eli ei varmaan mikään ihmekään, kun se mutsi varmaan kirjoitti ton. Se ei varmaan tiedä mun oikeeta nimeä. Ei. No voi että. Mä jo mietin. Mä vittu luulin ensin, että tää on joku vittu Mian hääkutsu. Mä oikeesti luulin, mä olin ihan vitun shook. Mut jii. Semmonen tähän väliin. Joo, mä saan varmaan lähettää mulle pernaruton vittu. Rupesin spillaamaan jo. Miksi mä aina rangaistan sitä, vaikka ne sitten yleensä mitään vastaan? Nyt oikeesti meni moti ja tein kerrankin jotain. No mut, en mä nyt tiedä, jotenkin sus nyt sorsitaan tossa sun perheessä ja se on ihan paskaa. Ei pitäis, se on vastoin oikeutta. Sitten sillä tuolla saamatta taaskaan mitään. Ai joko ne taas vittu, tai siis joko ne antoi sulle rangaistuksen tai jotain. Me at best. Ethän sä tunne Masaa tai Vili tai Aatu. Niin joo. No vitut Massa tai Aatu tietää mun osoitetta. Ja nekin ei mulle mitään lähettäis, Vili ehkä. Hei Klemis, täällä tuli streamin keskeytys, kun piti auttaa mutsia puhelinongelmissa ja sitten avasin fanmailia, no ei. Avasin kirjaa mun kaverilta, koska semmoinen tuli. Mutta mitäs Klemis, miten voit? Maija, mitä vittua nyt taas? Aika aavs, joo. En ole ennen saanut tämmöisiä. Niin tää on ihan uusi juttu. Isot fisut chatissa. Kyllä sun Sanni pitää puolustaa itseäsi. Suhteellista. Onko Klemis uusi täällä kanavalla? Tai siis mun kanavalla. No mutta. Hakemassa friendiä ajelemaan, well that's fun. Kiva, että päätit pistäytyä minun striimiini. Sanon hyvästi PS, ja joo, en mä tiedä, kyllä se varmaan jotain niskaan sataa. No älä nyt vielä sano. Myöhään yöllä, kun faijas menee nukkumaan, niin sniikkailet sinne pleikkarille ja sitten vain pelaat siellä. Oot ainakin tälleen meidän mittakaavalla totta. Jeesussi. Niin, Klemis laita like-striimiin tälleen joulun kunniaksi, joululahjaksi minulle. Jaetaan joulumieltä. Sanni ei nyt selkeästi arvosteta tässä perheessä. Pitäis kyllä arvostaa. Kyllä tääkin kanava saa sen 10K joskus. No, sitä sopii toivoa. Mut hieno juttu, jos joskus päästään sinne asti ees. Mut miten sä löysit mun striimin? Onko sä tilannut kanavan tai jotain? Sun pitää puhua sun siskon kanssa, että you're acting a bitch. Mä en tykkää siitä, että sit mä saan tästä aina ongelmia, sä et saa ikinä mitään, sit sun siskon vaan pitää ymmärtää. Sinne Unssin kämppikseksi vaan. Otan lukion jälkeen omille, niin sitten treille Turkuun tai Helsinkiin yliopiston perässä. Kuulostaa hyvältä idealta. Tsemppiä tälle kanavalle, ja tää tuli vaan ehdotuksiin. Jee, kiitos paljon. Aika jännät. Tai silleen jotenkin en pysty ymmärtämään, että YouTube oikeasti ehdottaa niinku mun striimejä joillekin ihmisille. Mut kiva, että se ehdottaa. Toisesti ehdottaa useamminkin. Kyllä suurin osa löytää näitä randomilla tulee vastaan. No kuulee, ei sitä koskaan tiedä. Siinä voi olla joku hauska tarina takana. Mut kiitos paljon Klemis. Samoin myös sinun kanavan nousullesi. Vaikka sulla onkin jo yli 10K, mut kuitenkin. Aina voi mennä ylemmäs. No niin, sinne menettä sit kämpiksiksi Turkuun. Anyway. I wasn't expecting it to be. Mihin me jäätiin tässä pelissä? Tuli niin paljon näitä muutoksia. Cloud stares at me for a long time before finally letting out a heavy sigh. Fine, I'll train you. Oh! You won't learn in a day, but I can teach you the essentials. You can use one of the knight's training swords. Thank you. Se olisi kyllä niin. Sun pitää ääni eristää Sannin huone. Mä oon puhunut siitä mun siskon kanssa, mutta sitä ei kiinnosta eikä se ota mua tosissaan. Wow. Sun siskos on kauheen natsi. Ja mä sanon helpompi löytää meidät, kun asutaan samassa. Totta. Mut, jos mä saan aiheuttaa ongelmia, niin I'll be there. Siis Unssi on niin rikas, se ostaa sen sulle kämppiksen tervetuliaislahjaksi. Tileet on vaan numero, turha niitä on katsoa. No niin, sitähän minäkin aina sanon. Hyvä, kun nääkin vois oppia, kun nää kaikki vaan niinku laskee näitä pisteitä, mitä ne täällä chatissa saa, että kuka pääsee niinku chatin herraksi. Mut numeroitahan ne vaan on. Mut kyllä niitä on silleen kiva kattoo silleen niinku statistiikan puolelta. Et silleen miten niinku jotkut esimerkiksi striimit tai pelit niinku performoi tai silleen. näkee, että mikä on hyvää juttua ja tälleen. Varmaan tuun toisten tänne taas näkyy sitten. Jii. Tervetuloa sitten taas uudestaan. Odotan innolla. Ja hyvää ajelua sinne sitten. Natsi on huudettu. Mä oon huutanut sen jo varmaan monta kertaa tässä streamin aikana. Mun pitää varmaan muuten tehdä toi emoji, missä lukee niinku natsi. Se tarvitaan. Arin keikka. Kenen Ari? Ariana Grande. Puhuttiin siitä jo porukalla. Tervetuloa lahjaksi. Niin, Sanni ei ole koskaan kiinnostanut, mutta sä ootkin ollut aina huipulla. Tosta päätelin. Ei. Finally some originality. Tykkää Arianasta, en menisi sen keikalle, vaikka maksettais pystyy vihaa Arianaa tolleen naisvihaa. Mut hyvä kun Viljo oli silleen psyyk, kun siltä pöllittiin ne rahat, sit se oli mulle silleen, että voit sä ostaa mulle lipun, ja mä olin silleen siis, mulla ei ole varaa edes mun omaan lippuun, et saa vaan toivoa, että ne ei mene heti niinku ekana päivänä. Music to my ears, meet me in a clearing in 10 minutes. 10 minutes? What? You said you wanted to train, so we will. Don't expect me to go easy on you, but aren't you tired? He looked exhausted when he came in, and now he wants to train. Hän saa energiaa minusta, niin... Häntä ei haittaa. Siis mulla on varaa ostaa kaikille dab. Ehkä sä sit ostat kaikille. Mut mä en muuten tiedä, kun mä luin Twitteristä, että siellä ei vissiin oo, vaikka menis sinne niinku istumispaikoille, että siellä ei oo vissiin numeroitui paikkoja. Ja mä olin silleen, pitäis meidän ihan vitu mennä jonottaa ja sit vaan toivoa, että me saadaan jotkut hyvät istumapaikat niinku siltä alueelta, mistä me ollaan ostettu. Silleen, are you fucking me right now? Miksi ei voi olla vaan istumapaikkaa? Nyt miettii jonkun tamperelaisen tangoprinssi. Siis that's not the thing. Nibas need to pay back, and you need to pay me back! Are you trying to get out of training? Kyllä. I am not. Cloud shakes his head, but he is smiling. I'll see you there in a few minutes, love. Moonlight spills through the leaves, illuminating the forest with a gentle light. Long minutes pass. As I stand in the clearing, I begin to feel restless. It isn't like Claude to be late. Is he tending to his injury? I hear rustling in the leaves and turn immediately to see what the disturbance is. But the minute I do, I am pulled back by a strong force and my world goes dark. Mitä? Mitä tapahtuu? Ai niin, muuten Bogi. Faija on hereillä, että jos haluat nyt soittaa sille, niin do it. No mitä ihmettä, no sen näkee sitten niin. Täytyy odottaa, että toi liput tulee myyntiin, niin sit siellä voi katsoa, että voiko sieltä varata itselleen paikan sitten. Jiji. Se on homo kyllä. Voisin kysyä mut kaveri Karkusta saan jonkun seuraksi. Mut jos sä et saa jotain seuraksi, niin sit voi tulla meidän kanssa aina. I'ma pay when I can. Pay up. Mä tarvitsen rahaa, mä literally elän kädestä suuhun ATM. Before I can scream, I hear a gentle voice in my ears. Lesson number 1 is that you gotta have fun. When apprehended by an enemy that you can't see, remain calm and use your 5 senses to judge how best to get the upper hand. This voice is coming from right behind me. Se on... Wow. Sanni nuttas. Claude, I become aware that this is the closest he's ever been to me. Ooh. But he could be even closer with my back pressed to his chest like this. Panicking disorients the mind. That is why you must remain cool under any circumstance. Rape whistle. Sepä. On kahdenlaisia ihmisiä. On ne, jotka huutaa rape whistle ja sitten on ne, jotka huutaa sepä. Mitä ihmettä? How could I not panic? Any normal person would panic. But sun pitää olla cold-hearted bitch and get it together. Still, I try to force myself to be calm. Lesson 2. Enemies will often let down their guards when they think they have the upper hand. Catch your opponent off guard by remaining calm and locating this weakness with your senses. They will catch these hands. Tää on moment kyllä. Mutta en kyllä tulisi minkään tampelaisen latobändi Arinkaan keikalle. Menisit varmaan mieluummin sinne kuin Arianan. Mut miksi sä vihaat Arianaa, though? What's with the hate? I try to calm myself as Claude instructs and I feel it a bit easier, but only because I know it is Claude. An opening! I move as quickly as I can, stepping forward so that I can swing an elbow back at Claude's stomach. Before that happens, Claude has pulled me back to him, closing whatever distance I had put between us. In the process, he moves his hand from my eyes to my mouth. I can once again see the forest, but my words are muffled beneath his hand. Another thing to remember, you won't always be able to catch your enemy off guard by throwing punches or hits at them. Your opponent will usually always be stronger than you. Remember what I said about weakness. Enemies will often let their guards down when they believe they are winning. Just like I have an opening. A thought occurs to me as I glance around me and then down at Karma's bandaged hand. Karma's bandaged hand is over my mouth is an opportunity or a trick. Bite his hand, topple him. En mä halua purra sen kättä. Paskoi biisi, enkä tykkää sen tyylistä mistään. Miss me with that. Wow, pystyy sanoa, että Arianalla on paskoi biisi. Literally. Selling. Outselling. Unssia kiinnostaa semmoiset öri-bändit. Noin. En mä tiedä mikä unssia kiinnostaa. Muuta kuin Mamamoo. Mut jos Mamamoo tulee joskus Suomeen, niin bitch catch you there. What will you do, princess? What kind of tactic would remove you from my grasp? Mitä tarkoittaa toppela? Mä en jaksa ite käyttää nyt sanakirjaa, niin joku kääntäkää mulle nopeasti, että mitä toppel tarkoittaa. Oisit sä ekana siellä. Mä olisin siellä jossain keskellä. Silleen, että saa ihan semi-hyvän paikan, mutta ei nyt kuitenkaan silleen liian hullusti siellä. Kamppa, ahaa. Literally sama hetki, kun Vapi sanoi Mamamoo, niin sillä samaan aikaan. My mind, Kumpikohan mun pitäisi tehdä? Tai silleen pureminen makes sense, koska sillä on se fucking haava, niin sit silleen se sattuisi ihan vitusti, koska se olisi hyvä heikkous, johon iskee. Mut sit taas mä en halua satuttaa häntä. Mut sit mä en tiedä, pystyykö mä kamppaamaan sitä. Mitäs sanotte? Dolan Twins tekis kiertueen taas, niin pyörtyisin. Onks ne käynyt joskus Suomessa vai? Mä makusin Mamamoot niin paljon, I can't even. No mut huonokin publicity on hyvää publicity. Tai miten se nyt sanotaankaan. They're doing the God's work. Niin ne pitää opettaa niille fucking horoille, että siellä naiset voi pukeutua myös paljastavasti ilman, että ne on mitenkään halpamaisia. Mut kumpi mun nyt pitäisi tehdä? Purra sitä vai kampata se? Musta tuntuu, että se kyllä varmaan arvostaisi sitä, että mä puren sitä, koska se on selkeä heikkous. Et se ei varmaan halua, että mä niinku päästään sitä heville. Minulla on semmonen kutina. Mnet yrittää, että Mamamoo ei saisi sitä julkisuutta, kun ne blokkas Vasan fancaminkin. Mitä vakkia? Mnet on kyllä yksi paska. Mnet on syöpää ja Mama on syöpää. No mut Weebin nyt, että Mnet on kyllä ihan paska. Mut miksi ne on blokannut sen fancamin? What the fuck? That makes zero sense. They weird. Nuudeleita. Bite. No, kai sit puren häntä. I'm going to feel terrible about this, but I have to try. I try to shift my head to get enough space to bite down, and even Cloud cannot hold me completely still as I squirm. Eventually the hand over my mouth moves just enough for me to open my mouth, but I falter. I cannot bind the hand that I injured. Unable to do anything else, I mutely shake my head and I hear Cloud groan. No mitä vittua? Olisi pitänyt kampata se. Näköjään se hakee sen telkun sit huomenna ja tuo mummon telkun tänne. Okei. Huomenna. Vai niin? Ja pure sitä kättä. Katsotaan. Mun loppuu huomenna 9. En tiedä, haluaisiko se tulla hakemaan mua. Olisin halunnut mennä mukaan. Mutta mitäs Mardilea? Onko tämä ensimmäinen kerta siis striimissä? Hei Maito, miten menee? Vasta oli joku fancam, joka oli ykkösenä korjaamassa. Ämnet blokkasi sen ja jätti uppaamatta MMM-pätkät tubeen, kunnes muut nosti vitollisen elämälön Twitterissä. Wow. Ämnet vihaa naisia. Confirmed. In one shift motion, he pushes me down to the ground, pinning my hands by my head as he frowns at me. No niin, olisi pitänyt kampata se. You're not even going to try and find an opening? No mä yritin, mut sit mun nainen oli silleen, että en pysty. I glare at him. I'm not going to bite your hand. Ugh. Bite my hand? I didn't even think of that. But you made it obvious. You put your hand over my mouth. I'd mean for you to try moving my hand. Pushing back a person's thumb usually causes their grip to loosen. How was I supposed to know that? Yeah! Oikea vastaus taas. Kekkä on vittu CC. Mitä sä tarkoitat? Antanut self-camia mamamulsin loppuvaiheessa, vaikka melkein kaikilla muilla anto. Wow, selfie cam. Pystyy. Poisti viestin just kun mä olin lukemassa sen, goddammit. Experience is the best means of practice, as they say. I have a complaint about that particular lesson, but I withhold it. Kampannus olisit saanut kiihkeää. Sitten antoi sen palkinnon, mikä mun piti saada Iconille, antoi jonkun random keksityn palkinnon mamamulle. Wow. Ne vihaa naisia tosi paljon näköjään. Mainosti mama Hongkongin Wasan kuvalla, vaikka maailman muuta ei edes kutsuttu sinne. Makes sense. That was a pretty good attempt, love, but not good enough. I'm afraid. I wasn't expecting you to come at me like that. I was expecting sword practice. You weren't expecting a man to kidnap you in the alleyway, were you? I glare up at him, unable to say something because he is right. You're oddly quiet. Eikö me tultu siihen lopputulokseen, että mama vihaa naisia ja etenkin mama muuta? Kaikki mahdolliset reaktiovideot ja kuvat jää julkaisematta. Disappointed but not surprised. It is hard to find an opening to hurt you when you are not really my enemy. He does not move, but continues to stare at me. His face is close to mine, close enough to... To what exactly? Lucette, do you trust me to protect you? That's not the point. I need to be able to protect myself. Niina pystyy vihaan Ariana Grande. Shots fired, unssi. Näin. Mut Mnet on roskaa ja se ei ole mitään uutta. Because you're planning on investigating the witches on your own, no I want to be able to protect myself because I don't want you getting hurt protecting me. Onks tää nyt meidän toka hyvä teko? Taller than you on kyllä hassu. Onssi. That's just your opinion. Claude leans down and I can feel his hair at my cheek. For a few moments everything slows to a stop and all I can hear is my heartbeat and his slow breathing and breathing and breathing. Kaksinaismoralism is strong in here. Once you set your mind to something you don't let go, do you? Joo, se on hasu. Claude pulls away from me before I can respond and he's standing again, offering me a hand. Älä sitä. Let's get started with some sword work then. Pleasant smile is back on his face. I can never tell what he's thinking at times like these. Nyt sain catch-appattua tän. Mitä tarkoitat? Kelaa sitä striimiä taaksepäin vai? What are you really like, Claude? Tuleeko uusi episodi? Oh yeah. Mikä? Thorny Rose. Ei se vaija tuu, kun sun hakee. Eipä tietenkään. Pausatin striimiin, kun soitin. Kyllä mä voisin vielä ainakin tunnin striimaa tai tän chapterin loppuun. When I returned to the margin later that night, my hands are scratched and I think I might have bruises on my arms. Claude was not joking when he said he would not go easy on me, but he did compliment me more than once. I've hit you quite a few times and you haven't uttered a single complaint. Impressive! Tai en tiedä, voithan sä kysyä. Mut mun noi työvuorot kyllä menee tyhmästi. En mä tiedä, haluatko sä tulla niin myöhään siirtelemään niitä telkkareita. Crying is for the weak. Though everyone should be sleeping, I noticed that the light is still on at the tavern. Kuka täällä on hereillä? Yurin and Garland up at the table speaking with each other and laughing. If Claude had come back with me, he would be happy to see this. You two are still up. They are not even surprised when they turn to face me. Good days like this are even better when stretched. I have been off duty in a long time. I haven't been. Did you both have a good time tonight? It was great. Garland knows these little places in a town that I've never ever heard of before. Claude pahoinpitelee lusetteja kyllä, mut se on tough love. I noticed that Yurian is more energetic than usual, her smile a little wider than normal. Minä en tiedä ketä on Von, Seok ja Jinho. I wonder if she's drunk. I'm going to get another drink. She's drunk. Another drink? Toi itkee silleen, alkoholia minun seurassani. Alkoholia ylipäätään. Garland leans in towards me, his voice hushed. Hush, 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 baby. We already bought a replacement bottle when we were out today. We would never take anything from the margin without money. Right, is Julian drunk? Oh no, princess. Tipsy is like a bus. Fades a lot quicker. Oh. Insert tässä Snoopin. Huu! Pentagonista. No mä en tiennyt muuta kuin fucking Edonin ja Huinnin. Thank you. Next. Garland and I watch Yurian as she refills her glass at the bar. I have to thank you, princess. I would never have asked her if you and Karma hadn't insisted on it. So you told her? Looks at me with pleasant, pleased smile. I'll take that as a yes, or yes. She didn't really realize until much later. I just asked her out for food and she thought that that's all it was. Maybe Julian really did need to be told bluntly. What happened? Jotain amerikkalaisia valtiojoukkoja. Siis se on koava bändi. En mä tiedä, me vaan tapeltiin ton Clauden kanssa. Ja nyt me tultiin takaisin, nyt puhutaan tälle. Valtioukko, lol, osaa lukea. I told her, and we talked and remembered old times. He sounds like an old man. And I held her hand. I noticed Garland flinch ever so slightly, but he's smiling. He looks pleased with himself. And the night's not over yet, so he's gonna get it down. I saw K-pop band in my bad, my dudes. Et saa anteeksi. Eikö sä mukaan tiennyt, että se on cover-bändi? No se vitun biisi, se vitun gorilla siis. He trails off with a hopeful smile before he raises his eyebrows at me. What about you and Karma? What about us? What about us? What about all da 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 da? I've asked him to train me. How to train me dragon? Niin kuin gorilla. Train? Princess, you've asked him to teach you how to use a sword? What's this? Our princess is going to pick up a sword? Urian returns to the table, but I am too tired to properly join in a conversation. Mine. I should leave them to their conversation and head to bed. I need to get some rest if I want to start practicing at night. I excuse myself to head upstairs. Eli ne on sit vähän niinku Lusette ja Karma. Oh, kauhea hedari. I am startled awake by an excruciatingly bright light. Jumala tulee. It is momentary, and when it's over I am sitting in my bed dazed and confused. My eyes burn. Tähän se SpongeBob-meemi. My eyes! My hand flies to the pendant around my neck, where I see the second glass slipper with another piece. Yeah! Arvasin. Sparkas oli liian vahva sun heikolle mielelle. Aha. Mun mieli on heikko. There's another piece. But when did I do another good deed? Varmaan se, kun mä käskin sitä sanomaan, että ihastuksestaan sille tyttelille ja sit siitä kaikki tuli hyvin. Hei Saina. I grasp the necklace tightly in my hand as I make my way to the tavern. Everyone is doing their pre-morning chores when I get to the tavern area. Lucette in the tavern area. I noticed Karma glaring off into space, and then not far from him, the two knights. They haven't been up all night, have they? I make my way slowly over to them. Even back then you were like some kind of a shadow, weren't you? You don't have to hide it, it was obvious you were tailing me back then. It was only because I was worried about you. I realized you really didn't have to follow me, Lan, but I'm glad you did. Lan? Yuri? Oh shush, Fritz used to call you that too. Lan is Garland's childhood nickname. He still gets embarrassed when I call him that. Okei, mä käyn kutsumaan sitä Laniksi. Isot tuopit Jurille. I see, so what are you two talking about? We're just reminiscing. I look at the two of them critically for a few moments. Spookkaudun äsken. Waiting for them to say something, they both exchange glances before looking at me, confused. Well, what? How did your date go last night? Lan makes a sound and turns beet red. Yuri eyebrows quirk and then she laughs. Oh, that it went well, so well in fact that you can see that the two of us are still very enjoying each other's company. Yuri's usually busy taking her rounds around Merchant with a scowl on her face. Scowl. She looks happier being here with Lan, more relaxed. Tämä peli ei kiinnosta sinua. No mutta siinä jätä edes Like-striimiin vähän joulumieltä spreadaamaan. Niin, nähdään sitten joskus toista. You might even say that we're dating. Noin nopeesti. Se oli vaan silleen, että lähde munkaan treffeille, mä tykkään susta. Okei, nyt me treffaillaan. That shit was quick. Isn't it funny how red he gets? You were blushing just as much yesterday when I... one more word, Lan, and I swear I'll punch you. Älkää nyt vihatko siinä. Tää on verrattavissa FS, jos sua ei kiinnosta. Wow. Niinpä, no joo. Periaatteessa joo, paitsi että tässä saa tehdä vähemmän valintoja. No, kai mä sanoin, että vähemmän valintoja. Miten niin, mitä tapahtuu? No oli treffeillä ja nyt on seurustelee. The two of them are both blushing now and the scene is oddly comical. Who knew that the two great knights of the Order of Caldera could be so easily undone? Both of you are amusing to overwatch. The two of them stare at me, suddenly solemn-faced. I suddenly remember that one conversation the knights all had at the castle. They were talking about how they all had personal reasons for being knights, despite the fact that they all served the king. Yllättynyt. Surprise. Tuli tos mieleen Maisin Dumbass, kun se sanoi, mieluummin ihmiset tulee kattoo peliä kuin mua. Wow, he really done said that, huh? Sanoiko se oikeasti tolleen? Silleen ok, niin kun ymmärrän myös ton osapuolen, että joku varmaan haluaa katsoa jotain pelimatskua jostain kivasta pelistä, mistä tykkää ja tälleen, mut niinku kyllä se niinku se, joka striimaa sitä, on niinku se pääosassa siinä, tai silleen, joka pelaa sitä peliä. Ellei se on niinku semmonen speedrunnaaja. Mut speedrunnaajat erikseen ja striimaajat erikseen. Jotain sellaista, ei muista sanaa tarkkaan. Aha. I had always thought Yuri and Lan were stoic and honorable, that their only reason for becoming knights was a sense of justice. Seeing them here, though, without that stoic facade, they feel more like people. My curiosity is piqued. Do you mind if I ask what your reasons were for becoming knights? My father was a knight. He put his life on the line for this kingdom. Yuri's father was a living legend in his own right, and he had the medals to back it up. My father wasn't around a lot, but I always admired him. Judging by the look on Yuri's face, it's clear to me that she really loves her father. Can't relate. My mother died when I was young, and because my father couldn't be around all the time, take care of me, I ended up practically living with Lan and his family. Aww. Lan always got annoyed when I called him my brother. Vähän kummallista melkein isasmi. Varmaan lopetan. Siis lopetan kun tää episode loppuu. Now I know why. Yuri wanted to follow in her father's footsteps. Then why did you join the Knights, Lan? Because he wanted to watch over me. Aye. I never knew you blushed so easily, Lan. Lan seems to blush even harder at that, and Yuri's laughter becomes infectious. I feel amusement begin to bottle up as I watch the two of them. Both the cold voice cuts through the laughter and the atmosphere like a hot blade through ice. Could you keep it down over there? I turn and see Cloud's eyes, normally so warm, are cold. His usual smile is gone, replaced with a deep scowl. Tästä tulee toi scowl-sana niin monta kertaa, mulla ei mitään haju mikä se on. Oh, we're sorry. He's still glaring at the two of them. Oh, I can tell him about the necklace. Karma, I got another piece to my necklace. Another good deed! Clown turns against to me, but the frown doesn't disappear. That's nice, darling. Miksi Karma vihaa mua yhtäkkiä? His voice is calm but flat and lacks any enthusiasm. That felt lackluster. And oddly disappointing. A good deed. Congratulations, princess. You're close to breaking your curse. What did you get the good deed for? I am not sure, actually. Maybe it was for helping Lan confess. I hear you and Karma went out of your way to help make it happen. That happened yesterday, though. Maybe the magic was waiting to see what became of Lan and I. Cloud makes a dismissive hand gesture from his table, frowning. If you two insist on being so affectionate, you should get a room. Mikä Cloudea nyt vaivaa? Bitch mode on. Menkat. Nuudelit. Mut sillä on menkat kyllä. Affectionate. Yuri's smile has faded away into a dangerous scowl where Lan looks confused, Yuri looks notably irritated. The shadow is still there on his face. Cloud does not look okay at all. Oh god. Voi että comfort him or scold him. Bogi, sillä ei ollut kanttia alun perinkään. Mut menkat nyt vaan on vertauskuva sen huonolle moodille. Kerro, mä annan sulle mun mielipiteeni ilmaiseksi. Scalp his ass, eikö? Musta tuntuu, että meidän pitää konfortoida häntä, koska hänellä on selvästi huono mieli. Veikkaisin näin. Mutta eikö se on silleen, jätä mut rauhaan? MP noista väreistä sopiiks ne toisiinsa vai näyttääks ihan perseeltä? Let me see. How you gon' treat them? They ain't no easy, don't think about it twice. Ne värit sopii täydellisesti yhteen. What are you talking about? Beautiful colors. Yes, queen, we stand. Tuollaiset musta, punaa, keltaiset sävyt sopii hyvin yhteen. Oranssit myös. Vaikka en ois niinku pinkeis niinku edgyys oo silleen niinku haittaa, tai en mä tiedä, näyttääks toi vähän, mut mä ehkä voisin laittanut vähän tummemmalla noit reunoin, tai niinku tummemmalla värillä ehkä. Noit, mitkä noi on, evien reunat ja toi, noi viiksiasiat. Mut ei tarvi silleen vaihtaa väriä. Oh my god, Abysmal, where are your mean knowledge? Mitä sä tarkoitat? Cloud does not look okay at all. Miksi musta tuntuu, että jos mä skoldaisin sitä, niin sit se olisi myöhemmin silleen, että sä olit oikeassa, mä käyttäydyn kuin mikäkin akka. Miten se voi olla kartalla, jos se on kadonnut? Mä en tajunnut sitä. Anyway, aina kädet, ne voisiko tarkoituskin, mutta en ollut varma sopiks pinkki noitten muiden värienkaan. No se pinkki on sille ihan ok, mutta mä laittaisin jonkun tummemman värin tai niinku tummemman punaisen. Mut joo, komfortoidaan sitä, nyt ollaan kivoja. Kivaa nainen ollaan nyt. Something must be really bothering him. I should be patient with him just like he is with me. Älä ala nalkuttaa. But that's what I love to do! Before I can even think about what I'm doing, I reach out to grab his hand. Se on varmaan silleen, slap. He just slapped my hand away. You shouldn't just reach out to touch a person without giving them some warning. I'm like you haven't fucking done that. Hei possuli, miten voit? MH. You shouldn't... Jaa, luin ton jo. But he does that all the time with me? Niinpä, kaksinaismoralismi iskee taas. I pull my hand back at the same moment. Cloud's expression falls. He looks at me with almost pained expression on his face. No wait, I shouldn't have said that. I'm You better be sorry, bitch! Silence descends for a few moments before Cloud abruptly stands up from his table. Herran jumala, mikä ääni. Karma, mitä nyt? Excuse me. Turns briskly and heads upstairs, leaving me with the two knights. SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants. I wonder what's wrong with him. You think we've been running him too thin because of practice? I do not think it's you two. I get the feeling that Cloud holds himself back from saying what he needs sometimes. Sometimes he acts strange, Doctor, distant. And recently he is getting more and more moody. Sun suklaat loppui, voi ei. This is a crisis. Princess, miksi oot niin sivussa? I look over at Anis, who is smiling apologetically. Sorry to interrupt, but Mr. Broom is getting kind of restless. Time to sweep, I suppose. Well, maybe cleaning will help get my mind off of things. Ei. Mut MH, olethan jättänyt joulumieltä striimiin jättämällä liken striimiin. Mun suklaat ja glögit on etupihan lumihangessa. What? Käviks sun sisko nyt heittämässä sun suklaat ja glögit sinne lumihankeen? No mut mikäs siinä jääkaapissa ne periaatteessa siellä on myös. The rest of the year goes by slowly and stuck cleaning most of the day and then serving later. One point I speak with Delora about the knights that had attempted to kidnap me. She tells me that she and Parfait are meeting later to discuss their suspicions. Still do not understand what their suspicions are when Sir Alcaster cannot possibly know who I am. Eldorado on paras. Kiitos, MH! Säkin oot paras, jos jätät liken striimiin. Vois käydä hakemassa mun kengät jossain, eikä hirveästi tekis mieli mennä sinne sukkasilleen. No eikö sulla ole jotain krokseisia, jotka sä voit vaan laittaa? Vau, se oikeesti kävi heittänyt. Nyt sun pitää käydä heittämässä jotain sen uutta sinne. Siis kun se on Petty Little Beach, heitä se lumihanke. My hands are sore by the end of the night, but I still feel like I can practice with a sword. I noticed that both Yuri and Lan look restless too. Lan eventually leaves for patrol, while Yuri remains at the table looking deep in thought. I don't want to bother her, so I decide to try and find Claude. Bogi, sä et voi olla tommonen paskana. I go to his room, but I find that the door is locked. Mä en tiedä, että meillä on lukkoja, herranjumala. Klau. Karma, are we training tonight? Käytikö lumipanoja, annan sille selkää lumisodassa. Käyt hakee lunta ulkoa ja annat sille lumipesun. That's the tea. No answer. My heart sinks. Is he not speaking to me? Did I do something wrong? For days, Claude stayed in his room, only leaving when he had to be on patrol. A few times I saw Parfait go into his room, but she refused to talk about what is bothering him. No niinpä tietenkin. I feel so useless. Misunderstood. Hey, when Claude did appear in the tavern or out in the town, he still had that terrible grimace on his face. Look, I really don't want to talk right now, and if you're so frustrated with me, why not just ignore me? Cloud, that's not how this works. No, I'm not going to train tonight, I'm not in the right state of mind. I don't want to talk about it, just leave me alone. Please. Varmaan liittyy sen tohon kiroukseen. I'm really beginning to worry about him. Siinä on meidän kolmas teko se, että me ollaan huolissaan hänestä. Lukitsit sisko sulla silmän vaatteet ja lukitsit kaikki ovet vahingossa. Today I'm in town running errands with Waltz. It has been almost a week since Claude started acting so strangely, so I thought I needed to do something for him. I know he likes dresses and he told me once that he likes roses, but I can really find something that will cheer him up. Perhaps he would like some jewelry. Waltz, do you remember where the jewelry store Karma-like is? I don't go there very often, so unfortunately, no. Kello on Eldorado. Koko ajan, oh well. Sen keijun naisiosta aika nyt on niin voimakkaat nämä karvalmenkat. Jep. Hän on esittänyt naista niin kauan, että hän oikeasti luulee, että hän on nainen. Kello on 1 ja kaikki hyvin. Tästä vien sen PC puhelimen takut irti lol. Se on aika jekku. Princess, is this a good deed? Mikä? You're doing right now. Did you think it would be a good deed? No eiks lahjan ostaminen oo? Good deeds need to be selfless, right? Generally, yes. I doubt this will count as selfless. I am doing this to cheer Karma up. That sounds pretty selfless, but it's also so that he goes back to teaching me how to fight instead of sulking in his room. Ah, I heard that Karma has been teaching you how to use a sword. Why do you want to learn how to fight? Koska mä olen independent strong woman. Iltaa, dude from the neighborhood. Miten voitte tänä iltana? Meillä on myös toinenkin, mutta siitä jos aikoisi täkku. Ostakee uusi, jos niitä enää saa. I want to be able to protect myself, and it's not like I can use magic. At least sword fighting gives me an advantage. Waltz on pettynyt kyllä. I'm sorry, princess. I wish I could teach you magic, but it doesn't work when you're under a curse. Mut dude from the neighborhood, muistathan jättää liken striimiin. Jakaksesi vähän joulumieltä. Miksi mulla tulee sun nimestä mieleen vaan Monster High? Koska MH Monster High. Nyt Bogi on ihan PSP-innoissaan, koska hän osti juuri PSPn isoveljeltämä. Kiitos oikein hyvin, no se on hyvä kuulla. Kuinkas te? No itselläni menee ihan hyvin normaalisti. Hyvin normaalisti. Miska MH. There's 2 types of people. I'm the Monster High type. Se oli PS Vita, vai niin? Okay. But on your 18th birthday, when you become the Tendebrorum bearer, you'll be able to use magic. I'll instruct you if you want me to. That would be nice. Though that does not solve my current problem. What would cheer Cloud up? Waltz starts chuckling beside me and I turn to look at him, confused. Karma is important to you, isn't he? Joo, mä haluan sen kanssa suhteen. He's my partner and he's helped me. And he has also been patient with me and smiled even when I've said some really inconsiderate things to him. I'm glad, princess, that he's your friend. Exao, my friend. Jostain torilta parilla kympin. Teillä on paljon pelejä vai? Cloud does not feel like a friend. He feels like a boyfriend. He feels like something else. Oh, princess, this is one you were searching for. Points to a peddler sporting different kinds of jewelry, and I instantly make my way towards it. There are all kinds of glittering things displayed, and for a few moments I feel myself drawn to everything. Then I notice the price tags. Expensive. Cloud is more like a friend. A super friend. Valts friendzonailu sitten Clouden puolesta. No mutta Valts friendzonaa, koska me ei ole tehty mitään sen eteen, että me oltais menty suhteeseen sen kanssa, joten se on vain kaveri. Eli me ollaan friendzonella muutenkin, koska ainoa kenen kanssa me ei voitais olla friendzonella on toi Karma plus se fucking rumpel, mut me nyt ollaan sanottu sille thank you next niin monta kertaa, että me ollaan kyllä friendzonella sen kanssa. Kysyn siskot sit kun se ei oo enää salty AF bitch. Onks ne pelit vaan ladattuna silleen, että eikö sillä on niinku niitä silleen kasetteina tai silleen? Joulumieltä pitää olla laitollikeen. Yeah, kiitos dude from the neighborhood. Arvostan suuresti. Joulumielen jakamistasi. No ehkä sä vielä opit kirjoittamaan Valtsin nimen. I barely have any money left from when the king gave me that pouch. I cannot afford any of this. Maybe we should do our errands first and then look for a gift. Maybe we'll find something as we look through the stores. But if I don't get Claude's gift today, I might be able to give it to him tonight. Princess, let's look for a Karma's gift first. Let's run the errands first. Ja vitullit. Siis siellä on niitä levyyn kasetteja. No niin, että se voi vaan mennä kattoo niitä kasetteja kautta levyjä. Musta tuntuu, että oikea juttu, mikä pitäisi tehdä, on run the errands first. Koska se olisi selfless. Siihen menee C-kasetteja. Mä sanoisin, että let's run the errands first, koska se on oikea juttu tehdä. Musta tuntuu, että siitä tulee kaikkea paremmin. Kun me varmaan löydetään sitten jotain kivaa. Koska tää olisi niinku itsekästä ja tää olisi epäitsekästä. Vai mitä sanotte? Din 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 din. Tää on kiva musiikki. Kakkonen. Kakkonen. No. No. We will run the errands. Waltz has a good point. We might find something while we do the errands and then we can get them out of their way. Besides, it's not right for me to put Cloud above everyone else. Kyllä me tietää minkä näköisiä on. Bogi vain vitsaili. Se oli oikein, jee! Mä oon niin hyvä tässä pelissä. Ja sit Masa kehtaa vielä tuolla vittuilemaan. We spend a few hours gathering the supplies needed for the tavern and only then do we start looking again for Cloud's gifts. I can hold more of those bags for you. Aww. It's fine, I'm used to carrying lots of bags. Does Karma make you carry them around? Joo, valitettavasti. You should really tell him off. He does a lot of other things for me, but next time there will be no next time. I apologize even though I know it's lying. Next time I think I will. So as long as he gets out of his room sometime soon, I really hope he does. Hey princess. But now the problem is finding something that he'll like. What does Claude like?
Princess! No! There's no reason for you to shout. Walt shakes his head at me, but he's smiling. Löysit sä jotain? Let me offer you a deal. A deal? A deal? For a doll? If you help me set up one of my puppet shows, I'll pay you. Minäkö tekisin töitä? Rahasta? Ehdottomasti. You earn money from your puppet shows? I get tips, so what do you say? I won't go easy on you though. Yes, I'll help you. Wow, mä en saanut edes päättää, että autaks mitä vai en. No one can catch the memes today. No. Haet sun glögit ja suklaat. Ja lumipesukaupan päälle. Mun eka työ. Why do you seem so surprised? I was just thinking that everyone's right. You've really changed, princess. Maybe having Karma as a partner really was a good idea. Maybe it really was. Being partners with Claude may have changed me for the better, but I doubt I have done the same for him. Työmies, kyllä. I'm sure Karma would be very happy that you were buying him a gift. Receiving gifts from admirers isn't the same thing as you getting him something, niinpä. Se on aivan eri asia. He receives gifts from admirers? For a few moments I think about the women who chased us in town a few weeks ago, and I feel a little unpleasant stab in my heart. Minun miestäni havittelee muut naiset. Lusikka tuo Karman pahat puolet esiin, kyllä. She really does that, huh? Small things. A man will treat him to a dessert every so often. I saw a lot of it when we did errands together. I always make Karma accept those gifts without killing the man. Killing the man, it's dramatic, but sounds like Karma. No, Karma yhtä kuin dramaattinen. He punched Rumpel when he asked him to marry him, joke or not. Karma wears this guy to be convincing, but then gets angry when people fall for it. Tai no, hän vain suuttuu, kun ihmiset käyttäytyy sikamaisesti. Se on se ongelma tässä. He's still very much a child. Ehkä. You know how he is. He doesn't like being flirted with. Ainakaan miesten puolelta. Hän on niin homofobinen, karmaattinen. Kyllä. Waltz, do you know anything else about Karma's curse? His curse? He never really talks about it. Claude may be even more stubborn than me if he is not letting anyone help him with his curse. Waltz and I continue our search for a gift. Mutta koska mä uskon, että sen kurse on Beauty and the Beast, niin sä haluat ihmiset tietää sen petoisan puolen. Damn, he be like that sometimes. Waltz tells me that I can look for something a bit more expensive and that he'll just put me to work on another day by helping him with his puppets. I remember the jewelry peddler we found earlier. Hello, Madam Sir. What can I help you with today? Do you have any sort of rose-shaped jewelry here? That would be perfect. The man refers to me a box full of many different rose-shaped earrings, and then shows me necklaces, and I realize belatedly that it is as if I'm searching for something for Miss Karma, not Claude. Niin. Mut luulisin, että Claudekin tykkää koruista. My eyes scan the glass nearly in defeat, before a little rose catches my attention in the back of the display window. It has a chain connected to it, but it doesn't seem long enough to be a necklace. What's that one? Simple rose pendant, madam. It comes with a chain, but it can also be pinned on the chest. Wow! Monikäyttöinen koru, that's what I like. Rosé, blap bleep! We stand rosé. The man takes it out on the display case so I can look at it. No mutta sehän on kiva. This is fancy, but not completely flashy. So bougie. I feel a little click as I press my fingers to the pendant and I realize that it can also open. Wow, 3 ominaisuutta. Paljonko se maksaa? Oh yes, you can also put something small inside of it. Like masas. Y'all know what. This is perfect. I look at the price tag and after making sure that it is not too expensive, I pay the shopkeeper. Mikä on not too expensive? Paljonko se maksaa? Waltz pays him the additional fee and then we walk back towards the merchant together. Se on puoli bougie. Shade! Oh! When we return to the Martian, I go to my room to tuck the locket into a drawer before I head to the tavern to finish the rest of my chores. Just as I expected, Claude is not downstairs today either. Yuri and Lan have taken to training with each other, though they seem agitated that Claude is not helping them. Masan kanava. At the end of the day, I hurry to my room where I write few words on a piece of paper that I put into the locket. Siellä lukee Sarge. Sitten kun sen avaa, niin soi I want nobody but you. Him with his 55 subs. No mut sis, oot sä saanut paljon subei sun kontentille? Sä oot saanut subei Mikael Gabriel kontentille. Clapback. Mut niin kuin aiemmin streamissä sanottiin, niin ne on vaan numeroita siis. A normal rose would have withered, so I offer this one instead in heartfelt thanks. Kuulostaa hyvältä. I hold the locket tightly in my hand and start toward Cloud's room. Senpai, please have this, his rose and my V-card. Shut the fuck up, mä oon tulos. No. Toivottavasti tulet. Why is my heart beating so fast? I'm just giving him a gift! It's not just a gift, it's the gift. I pass at Cloud's door, remembering the last time I entered his room. I am sure it's okay if I just go in. Ei koputa. Säikähdin puoliksi. I open up the door to Cloud's room, which is thankfully not locked, and step inside. Cloud is sitting motionless in front of his mirror, shoulders slumped as he stares at his reflection. He's shirtless, miksi me saada kuvaa, and there's that too, it seems different. Se on Beauty and the Beast! Sen takia se on ruusu! Oh my god! Koska jos oh my god! Sen fucking tatuointi varmaan niinku pienenee, että jos se ei saa jotakuta rakastumaan siihen, niin sit jos se tatuointi katoaa, niin sit tapahtuu jotain. Bitch, I fucking guessed it. That's why he fucking likes roses and he has a rose tattoo. Koska se ruusu-tatuointi on se sama ruusu, mutta se ei vaan niinku ruusun muodossa. Bitch. Karma miettii kuolemaa. No aivan varmasti miettii. Cloud does not notice me at first. I notice that his hand goes to the tattoo over his chest, and then I hear him have a heavy sigh. Bitch, you guessed it. Slowly I close the door behind me. Menin vaan silleen niinku hitaasti pois. It clicks and that is when he suddenly turns to look at me. At first there is just shock on his face and then suddenly anger. No voi vittu. Came to speak to you, I came to give you something. Again, why do you do this again, Lucette? Mitä mun pitäis sanoa? Mikä on hyvä juttu? Voi ei. Jollain näin pienellä asialla on erittäin suuri vaikutus nyt, come on. Kakkonen. No se oli munkin ensiajatus. Koska mä sanoin, I came to speak with you, niin sit on silleen, mä sanoin, että mä haluan puhua. Mene pois, sit se vaan heittää mut pois, enkä mä saa antaa sitä sille. Naapurin koira haukatti kahdesti. Jos se koira haukku kahdesti, niin we'll do that! I tightly gripped the locket in my hands as I stared at him. And this was so important, so very essential that you once again missed knocking on my door for a simple delivery. Yo. His voice slices through my heart. I wanted it to be a surprise. I am not in the mood for surprises, princess. Kuva, bitch! Jii. Sisko ei enää salty ass bitch, nonni. Niin nopeasti se muuttui. In no time at all, Cloud is suddenly right in front of me. His hands outstretched on either side of me. Tää on korealainen draama. Karma ei stop pitämään. We are already dead. Pinning me to the wall against the door. Raiskaus. His face is so close, his expression so fierce, that I cannot even bring myself to think of a way out. Well, hello there. The only thing I can do is stare at him levelly. Okei, tasollisesti. Without getting angry, without crying. I will not show any weakness. Why aren't you struggling or screaming at me? That's what the Lucette that I know would do. I'm not the same Lucette, sis. Yes, please, do it. Then you do not know me as much as you think you do. And you know nothing about me. I know quite much, so... I already have a retort prepared when I stop realizing that he is right. I barely know anything about him. Kyllä me ihan semisti tietää. No I don't, but I'd like to... Wow! Miksi sä laitoit sille kuvan direen? Minäkin halusin nähdä. Olen muuttunut tyttö. Why do you insist on poking your nose into others' business? Koska tää on niinku FLIRTTISTORY 2.0. Tää on tää FLIRTTISTORyn keskiaika-DLC. We're partners. That's the only reason it has to be. I am supposed to help you, so why do you keep secrets from me? Help me? His lips quirk, but his smile is sardonic. Mä en tiedä mikä toi sanoo. Vittu mikä korveraiska. Välillä pitää. Laita minullekin. Saan laittaa videopelinudein. Claude, I want to help you. In the silence that descends between us, the distance between us, I find that I cannot help but look at Claude's tattoo, at the thorns twirling around the rose. It is beautiful, but it also seems so lethal. PSP-pelit nudet. Laita toi FS keskiaika-DLC otsikkoon, niin tulee views totta. Mut kun minä olisin myös halunnut laittaa, niinku, että se on minun aviomies. ASMR-sopisi tähän tilanteeseen. ASMR mode on! When I glance at Claude again, he looks crestfallen, his eyes glittering like he might be on the verge of tears. Hello, Willy. Tulit juuri ASMR-tilanteeseen tässä pelistä. Me ollaan täällä... Kyllä, me tuli juuri parnoimpaan kohta. Ne tulee Sanni huomenna myyntiin muistaakseni kello 10 vissiin. Aamulla. When I glance at Claude again, he looks... Fuck, I fucking read that already. Secrets are secrets for a reason, princess. You should know that. Mene syömään, Mardelea. Mut tervetuloa vielä takas, jos striimi on vielä pystys. If I could speak about them, I would, but I can't. And you bursting into my room without any notice only makes it harder. Harder for what? Princess, you can't imagine what this all feels like. En niin, jota miksi et kerro minulle? What is he talking about? Yeah, 'cause food. And that woman, I thought we were meant to be. Oh my god. But you weren't. But you weren't. She was so lovely, her smile as bright as the sun. Claude's eyes are far away. That's why never again. But then you ruined everything, Lucette. You cut me down like... Oh my god. I pushed my hands against Claude's chest, catching him off guard and forcing him to stumble back. I cannot take any of this. Joo, huomenna. If I've ruined everything, then I'll just leave. You can have all of the time if in the world to yourself. Then the locket I'd bought for him burns in my hand. I end up throwing it at his feet. Wow, broke out of character. Lucette, wait. I ignore him as I run from the room. Enkö minä saanut päättää, ignoranks mä en? What the fuck happened now? Lucette pystyy tekemään noin kesken teen. Älä. Sen olisi pitänyt kuunnella, meidän olisi pitänyt saada tietää lisää. When I return to my room and lock my door, I feel too hollow inside for tears. It hurts to breathe when I think of Claude. I eventually manage to fall asleep, but only have snatches of restless dreams when my eyes finally close. Vähän niinku mä viime yönä. Unia taas. Mother, are you and father in true love, like the fairy tales? I thought I forbid you to speak of fairy tales. Have you been reading them? No, mother, I overheard someone in the palace talking about them today. Then I shall have to find that person and make sure they know what an appropriate topic of conversation in the palace is. But mother, the true love in fairy tales sounds so nice. Do you think I can fall in true love with a prince? Dearest one, true love like that does not exist. But the love between a mother and her child is the truest kind. It cannot be replicated by anything else. All other kinds of love is an illusion. It was a perfect illusion. My love is all you will ever need. Do you understand me, my... Tai meidän mutsi. Miten meidän mutsi on kärsinyt? Että kuinka? Niin. Se oli aluksi hyvä noita, mutta jengi alkoi puhua ja sitten ikään paskaa, niin sitten muakin vituttais niin. Ja sitten kun ne tappoi niitä noitia, niin hän kärsi siitä eniten. En striimaa OV:tä, mutta ehkä Bogi striimaa OV:tä. Sä otat yli ainoat 3K:t. Ainoa Team 3K. Gotta love my loyal viewers. Mut on se jo niin lojaali, että se ois suvannut. Sniff! No mut anyway. Jätän tän striimin tähän, niin tästä tulee vielä yksi striimi, niin saadaan tää päätökseen ja sit saadaan tietää Major Teeth. No mutta hei maita. Tulit juuri striimin loppuun. Eli kiitos kaikille, jotka oli mukana katsomassa ja kommentoimassa, jotka jätti liikkeen striimiin. Kyllä vielä joskus. No, sitä päivää odotellessa se will go down in history. No niin, ja kaikki menkää sitten Bogin